Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I missed putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. And out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome on into another edition of 76ers Game Day live here on Play-by-Play with JJ. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live. We got Sixers and Kings tonight. Tip-off should be underway in about 5 minutes or so. The Philadelphia 76ers coming off of a nice win against the Milwaukee Bucks. They shot the ball very well from three. Paul George had himself quite a Sixers night. Some would probably say that was probably his best performance offensively that he's had as a 76er. And yeah, he looked really good. He did, and I'm hoping that this can continue tonight for Paul George. I want to try to see them set up more plays for him. He was shooting the ball really well. He also did a nice job playmaking for his teammates, and he took the shots when he had to and was able to cash on in. Say what you want about the opponent. The Milwaukee Bucks are a struggling team, but a win is a win. After you get punched in the face by the Charlotte Hornets, you come out, you respond, and that's all that you can ask for. Now, this Sacramento team has been struggling too, and that's just to say the least. The Sacramento Kings have lost their last 6 games and just have not been able to find a rhythm. They don't really have good perimeter shooting on their team. Keegan Murray and Malik Monk are like the only ones that have really just been able to give them any sort of three-point shooting during the season. But, I mean, they really just don't have good perimeter shooting at all, and I'm really hoping that the 76ers can just find a way to just get a nice win against the Sacramento Kings and not have to necessarily worry about this being a close game. I just want them to play a nice, clean game like how they did in the last game, where they're able to box out, they're able to get rebounds, and just are able to capitalize on second-chance opportunities. I'd like to hear what your final score predictions are down below. A little bit of a quick pregame show today. We should be underway in about 3 minutes or so. But yes, let me know what your final score predictions are down below. I do want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Daniel Berry Sports, of course, always here. Daniel's always looking around. He's always on these YouTube streets. He's given all the content creators a lot of love and support, which is absolutely awesome. George is also here. What's going on, man? How you doing? Ronald is here. 1977 Mike is here. What's going on, man? How you doing? How you doing, man? He says that they should win by 10. I like that. I like the sound of that. I do. Let's go. Whoops. I didn't have the soundboard up. There we go. That's better. That's better. 122 to 110 is Mike's final score. I like that. I do. I'm going to one-up you, my friend. I'm going to say 122 to 102. I think that they're going to win by 20. I really do. I've been wrong a lot of times, but I still go with my gut. And if my gut's telling me 20, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm really not. I'm not going to lie to you. Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid looked really good in the first quarter of the last game. I thought that he was going to go off and score 50 points. The fact, again, that this guy is just putting up these types of offensive numbers, he's not as physically dominant as he once was. He's nowhere near that. But the thing that makes him so special is the way that he's still able to draw fouls, still bait defenders, and still provide really good footwork. And he's making shots. He just is. He's still a very gifted offensive player, and that's just not going away. And that's been really shocking, not only to me, but I'm sure to a lot of other Sixers fans and even people that have just covered the Sixers. I've just heard from so many different people. They say the same thing. How he is able to just create offense and still be able to score the rock at the way that he's doing it and at the age that he's doing it is just super impressive. And that's something to just not take for granted. And I just have a gut feeling that he's going to have one of those types of performances today where he's just going to be out for blood. He's going to go off. He's going to give you a lot of scoring, and he'll just be able to do really well on the offensive side. We also saw him do a pretty good job rebounding in the first quarter, too. We saw him jumping more. It's all great signs. It really is. And I can't say enough about Joel. I think that he's been doing a much better job lately, and as the season continues to roll, he looks to get better and better and better. And I'd like to see more steps in that direction tonight at home against the Sacramento Kings. Tyrese Maxey, another guy that sort of had a quiet game. And he's sort of been in a little bit of a funk. I guess that's like what you want to call it. But I still am happy with how he's been doing overall during the season. I expect him to be in attack mode tonight. I also just have a gut feeling that he's going to get his points and he's going to be very active in the offense too. No Quentin Grimes tonight, still out with that ankle sprain. For the Kings, they're missing Keegan Murray, Malik Monk, and Russell Westbrook. Big losses for them when it comes to their three-point shooting. And as far as the lineups go for tonight, let's get to that right now. So for the Sacramento Kings, they got Nick Clifford as their 1, Dennis Schroeder at the 2, DeMar DeRozan at the 3, Precious Achiuwa at the 4, and Domantas Sabonis at the 5. And for the 76ers, they will have Tyrese Maxey as the point guard, VJ Edgecombe as the shooting guard. The small forward is Paul George. The power forward tonight is Kelly Oubre Jr., and at center you got Joel Embiid. And so we're ready to get things started. The Sixers will be in their blue and white uniforms, and they will have the white stars going down each side of the jersey. There's Kelly Oubre out there. He looks pretty fired up. A Dembona. And there's VJ Edgecombe and his white headband. Sixers have got to do a good job on the defensive side, do a good job guarding the perimeter. Again, this Sacramento team just does not have good shooting numbers from downtown, and you want to just keep them scoring in the paint. So, and just push the tempo as well on the offensive side, too. That's the other big thing about this as well. We might have to change the scoreboard. I might have to do that in just a little bit, but we'll see. All right, tip-off is about ready to be underway. It looks like it'll be Domantas Sabonis going up for the tip-off against Joel Embiid. As the Kings are in their white and purple uniforms, Embiid will win the tip-off, and the Sixers will be moving from right to left. All right, so again, it's George, Maxey, Embiid, Edgecombe, and Oubre as the starters for Philadelphia, and the Kings have Achiuwa, Sabonis, DeRozan, Schroeder, and Clifford. And the Sixers can't make their first bucket, and the rebound is going to go over to Nick Clifford, who tries to take it coast-to-coast, and he can't do so, and Oubre will grab his miss, and the Sixers will get a second chance on offense. Again, comment what your final score predictions are down below. Appreciate each and every one of you for tuning on in. Let us know where you guys are tuning on in from. Here's a three-pointer by Edgecombe. Can't get it, and Clifford catches the rebound. Edgecombe had a lot of assists in his last game and also did a nice job rebounding the basketball for Philadelphia. as we have our first 2 points scored by Precious Achiuwa. He just drove it inside, hit the layup, and Sabonis got the assist. We'll see if the Sixers can respond. Embiid draws some contact, puts it up, and they don't call a foul, but he banked it on in. Pretty impressive shot by Joel Embiid. Domantas Sabonis, according to the referee, did not foul Joel, and it's a 2-2 game regardless. DeRozan, mid-range J, got it to go. DeMar DeRozan. I mean, this is a guy who's been in the league for quite a little bit of time. Still one of the best mid-range jump shooters in the NBA, even at the age of 36. 6 feet, 6 inches tall from USC. Former 9th overall pick by the Toronto Raptors back in 2009. Maxey with a foul line jump shot, and he hits it. And so we're back to a deuce. 4-4. Out at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Good for Tyrese Maxey to get his scoring going. He had a nice shot there and got a little bit of separation. Was able to hit DeMar DeRozan with the step back J. Sabonis rolls on into the lane, connects on the layup, and makes it 6-4 Sacramento. He got past Embiid and just continues to have a really good career shooting and being able to score the rock. Maxey steps back, lets it fly, and cashes in on a 3 at the top of the perimeter. 5 straight points by Tyrese Maxey, a 3 by Sacramento. That one is not even close. Offensive rebound, but it's stolen by Tyrese Maxey. Takes it to the outside, takes a near wing 3, and connects again. That's now 8 straight points by Tyrese Maxey. And he is shooting 2 for 2 from downtown. A drive to the basket by Sacramento. They can't get it, and they do snag the offensive board. 10-6 Philadelphia. Sabonis with a foul line jump shot, and Joel Embiid will catch his miss. And the Sixers again back out there on offense. Maxey another 3, and can't get that one to fall. He's human that time. He had his first 2 threes and just could not connect on that one. From the left side of the wing. There's a foul called on Kelly Oubre and Dennis Schroeder, who tried to take it on in towards the lane. It's the one who was going to head on over to the line. Ronald's here. P-Funk's in the house. Yes, sir. 122-110. Again, comment what your final score predictions are down below. Alex is here. What's up, Alex? I'm scared of losing to the Kings. It's like the most shameful loss in the NBA. Well, remember when the Knicks lost to them? People were really not happy about that. Knicks fans were not happy. 10-7. Not saying that the Sixers should lose to them, but yes. 10-7 is the score. And the second foul shot is up, and that one is in to make it 10-8. Dennis Schroeder, another guy who's been in the league for a little bit of time, a NBA veteran. He's been all around the NBA, able to convert on both foul shots. We have a whistle called. That's going to go against Sacramento right before Paul George shot a 3. And I believe that the foul is on Domantas Sabonis. It was a personal foul. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this first quarter. So here we go. Embiid gets the inbound pass. Domantas Sabonis is guarding him. The double team comes. They swing it back out over to Maxey. Maxey gives it back to Embiid. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid trying to posterize Sabonis. Gets it blocked, and it goes out of bounds. And Joel Embiid is trying to review this because he thought that he was fouled. 3.7 seconds are left on the shot clock, and the Sixers will have to hurry up here as soon as they inbound the basketball. 10-8 Philadelphia. They give it back to Embiid. Embiid is going to be forced to pass it out to Edgecombe, and his three-point shot. He got a good look there. Couldn't get it. Grabs his own offensive rebound. Nice tip by Embiid. George with a straight-on 3. Can't get that one to go. And Edgecombe tried to tip it back up and in. Could not do so. Sixers had a couple of opportunities there and just could not capitalize. Schroeder on a drive to the basket got just past Paul George and hit him with a nice move and ties the game at 10 apiece. Dennis Schroeder hitting his second layup, now 32 years old, was drafted back in 2013 by the Atlanta Hawks, playing in his 12th NBA season. And as Embiid tries to get the little bounce pass from Oubre. The ball was slapped on out of bounds, and it was last touched by a Sacramento King. So the Sixers offense has been a little bit stale over these last couple of minutes. Tyrese Maxey has scored the last 8 points for the Philadelphia 76ers. Maxey gets the ball inside, saves it from going on out of bounds, but they're actually going to say that he stepped on out of bounds as he was trying to save it, and it'll be Sacramento ball. And they'll actually say that the turnover was on Embiid for the bad pass, even though Tyrese Maxey was just on out of bounds. Nick Nurse, in his third season with the 76ers, has had a winning record with them so far. Even though last year the Sixers definitely did not exceed expectations at all whatsoever. Here's a three by Sabonis. Can't get it. And it goes off of Paul George, and it'll still be Sacramento ball with 14 seconds left on the shot clock. What's up, Andrew? Andrew is here. What's going on, man? 106-105. Sixers win at the buzzer, says Alex. An inbound pass to DeRozan. He takes a baseline jump shot. Can't get it to go that time. Edgecombe rebound. Sixers moving the tempo very quickly with Paul George. And he'll swing it out over to Joel Embiid, trying to slow it down. Embiid with a pass to Paul George over on the low block. Separates his defender with his shoulder and puts it up and in with a nice layup. Sabonis trying to initiate some offense here. They give it over to DeMar DeRozan, and he gives it back outside. DeRozan to Clifford, and now DeRozan again steps into a three over Embiid and cashes that one in. I mean, he knew exactly where he was going to shoot that, and Joel stepped up a little bit late, and DeMar DeRozan made him pay. Embiid over on the low block once again, draws contact from Sabonis, and he's fouled. And the clock will stop with 6.5 minutes left to go in quarter number one. Joel Embiid in this game so far, 2 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. We have a timeout taken by Philadelphia, and they'll be back in just a little bit. 115-112, says Benzino. Sixers win, no overtime. No overtime, he says. He says no OT. Interesting. Guys, if you are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icons too. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. We go on for Sixers basketball, Phillies baseball, and Eagles football. We're also trying to cover some more college basketball as well and some other NBA games. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. We are now 6 subscribers away from getting to the 8270 marker. And if you can just spread the word, tell your friends, tell your family members about this channel, that's all that I ask. But how's everybody feeling tonight? What's going on, chat? How we all doing? How are we all doing, chat? Let us know down below. Hey, Eagles fans, let me know what you guys think about Sean Mannion coming on in as the new offensive coordinator. Do you like the move? Do you not like the move? I'd really like to hear your thoughts about that, too. What are your thoughts about Sean Mannion? We also got to talk about these Giannis Antetokounmpo trade rumors and how he put Philadelphia as a destination on his list. That's something else that we got to talk a little bit more about. Would you trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo? I think it's a very interesting question. I really do. Man, oof. Running back, Phillies, Sixers. I wanted to read that, but I wasn't able to get the chance to do so. I got to go back to that over on Twitter. Shout out to DJ and RB, man. I give them a shout out all the time because they do such an awesome job with their Sixers content. They really do. George says, I'm doing great, thanks. Yes, sir. I'm happy to hear that you're doing great. Hopefully you guys, again, are staying safe from all this bad weather that we've been having. I know some people are still out of power, and it really sucks. So please stay safe. Please be safe, and, yeah, be careful. Be careful out there. Yes. Bucks getting blown out by the Wizards, says Alex. Are they really? Oh, yeah, and so far it's a 9-2 game. I don't really call that a blowout yet, but they have not gotten off to a good start. That's for damn sure. George tied a 76er franchise record on Tuesday with 9 threes made. That's interesting. I actually did not know that. How the mighty have fallen, says Alex. Yeah, well, they're without Giannis. They're without Kevin Porter Jr. Unless he's back for this game. I don't know. I did not see that. Embiid is at the line. They'll try to tie the game, and he does. 13-13. Zach LaVine is going to come on in for Domantas Sabonis. LaVine coming on in off the bench. Who would have thought that years ago? LaVine, in his last game, actually played in 23 minutes and put 10 points up against Cleveland. Hasn't really had the best year shooting-wise. And so, foul shot number 2 by Joel Embiid. Got it. Excellent. 14-13, Philadelphia and Sacramento riding the seesaw right now. Schroeder gets it over on the left elbow, kicks it outside, and the ball is nearly stolen by Embiid. But they give it back over to Keegan Murray, and they force up a really tough 3, and they will say shot clock violation called against the Sacramento Kings. Excellent lockdown defense by Philadelphia. Nick Clifford was forced to take a really tough shot. Joel Embiid did get a piece of it. Is YouTube shadow banning me? I don't know. Man. Here is Joel Embiid again over at the top of the perimeter. Nope, I can see your chat. You might have to get out of the. I might have to get out of the app. Here's Embiid with a foul line. Jay couldn't get it to go that time. LaVine gets the rebound, initiates the offense for the Sacramento Kings. Gives it back outside to Cardwell, making his first appearance for Sacramento. And now Schroeder swings it back to Cardwell again. Cardwell on the foul line extended. Gives it back to Achua. A wide open Trey. And he airballed it. He got it from the near wing, or tried to attempt to score from the near wing, and he just couldn't get it to go. Maxey penetrating on offense, kicks it out to VJ Edgecombe for a 3, and he splashes it from the right side of the wing. And so Philadelphia continues to put on a clinic from the outside. They are 3 for 6 so far in this game from downtown, and you'll certainly take that if you're a Sixers fan. Sacramento responds, and that too is up and in by Nick Clifford. And he just pulled up, and Dennis Schroeder had a really nice bounce pass to him. And Embiid was supposed to step up there. Wasn't able to do so. 17-15, Philadelphia up by 2. There's a whistle called against Sacramento as the Sixers got the ball on offense. And there will be a stoppage in play. They'll actually say that it's a 3-second violation called on Precious Achua. So he was in the lane for too long. I don't like it. He has no experience calling plays, says Sean Mannion. Marianne. Sean Mannion's in the chat. What's up, Marianne? How you doing? Is my name Alex? I'm Stir Show. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. I thought that I thought that your name was Alex. But yes. Here we go. Here's a shot that's up, and that's good by Tyrese Maxey. 18-15 Philadelphia. Yeah, YouTube has changed their thing, and it doesn't go by profile name anymore. Joel Embiid just hit a little skyhook shot, and the Philadelphia 76ers are up by 5. JJ Trixie Mattel, she's my queen. What's going on, Trixie? Is that Trixie in the chat? Say Cyen's here. What's going on? Cardwell just nearly turned the ball over, and Dominic Barlow ended up coming away with a steal. He nearly turned it over, and then he actually got a second chance, and then he did turn it over. Maxey with a catch-and-shoot 3, and I don't know if that was blocked or not, but Tyrese Maxey was not able to hit the rim. There was a body out in front of him, so I couldn't tell if it was blocked or not, but regardless, Sacramento has it on offense. Shua just missed a floater. Schroeder tracks down his rebound. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He's being pushed out over towards the logo. Now drives it in towards the lane, and Edgecombe tries to get a steal there, and we're going to have a jump ball between VJ Edgecombe and Dennis Schroeder. And if Sacramento retains this, well, they're only going to have 3 seconds to shoot. My name is Steele. Got you. I got you, man. I apologize. I don't know why. I always thought your name was Alex, and I apologize about that, my friend. 3 seconds left on the shot clock, but again, we have a jump ball. Jared McCain is out there for Tyrese Maxey. McCain has done a very good job over his last 2 games. And the Sixers are going to get the ball. VJ Edgecombe wins the tip-off, hands it off over to Embiid, and now back to VJ Edgecombe. Here's Joel Embiid going in between the legs, zigzagging, putting up a tough floater inside, just a little bit short. Excellent defense by Cardwell. He did a very good job staying on the big fella. Levine's going to fumble the basketball. He lost it on out of bounds, and the Sixers will get the ball back. A couple of turnovers by the Sacramento Kings. The Sixers have actually done a pretty good job at capitalizing off of their turnovers. Sacramento has 5 in this game, and the Sixers have actually put up 6 points off their turnovers. 3:17 left to go in the first quarter. Another timeout taken by the Sacramento Kings, and the Sixers will be back. It's 20-15. Don, what's up, Don? Don says you do a great job. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Again, folks, my name is Jason Joseph. Just a little bit about me. I'm from South Jersey. I like calling games. I like broadcasting. Broadcasting is a lot of fun. I do more of a traditional play-by-play style. Obviously, love to interact with chat because you guys are the absolute best. And without you guys, there really isn't a cast. I mean, I really feel that way. You know, it's a lot of fun doing this while interacting with you guys. I think that this is definitely the new, how do I put this? This is here to stay. I mean, that's for sure. We've seen a lot of people find some success doing this over on YouTube. We've been doing this now for 3 years. And yeah, we like doing a radio play-by-play style while also talking to you guys because it's a lot of fun. Some people do watch parties, and that's really cool, but we're a little bit more traditional. You know what I'm saying? But we still try to maintain that friendly relationship with everybody in the chat because you guys are awesome. You guys are a part of storytelling. We always learned in broadcasting that when you're calling a game, when you're doing play-by-play, or whenever you're talking about sports, there's always storytelling that's involved with whatever you're doing, even if it's for news anchoring or for sports anchoring or whatever it is that you're doing on the air. You're telling a story. And so I always thought that it's really cool to get people involved in the story. It's like in theater when the audience gets to interact with the characters. It's so cool. So anyhow, yes, 20-15 is the score. By the way, the Sacramento Kings just challenged this play. They thought that Joel Embiid ended up touching the ball last, and they say that, I mean, Sacramento pleads their case, and they try to say that Joel Embiid touched it last as it went off of Zach LaVine's hand. So the official call was that it was 76ers basketball. And so we're going to wait to see what the call is. They actually will overturn the call, and they will say that the Kings are going to keep the basketball, and they will also, therefore, get their timeout back. So the challenge is successful. It's 20-15 76ers, but the Kings will have to inbound it at their own baseline. When I listen to you, it's like the old days to me. On my radio at work, listening to the 76ers, says Don. I appreciate that. Yeah, I love listening to radio. I love radio. I will always have that sort of love and appreciation for it. Here's a catch-and-shoot 3 by Zach LaVine. He can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, though. That's what's been killing the Sixers in this game. They've allowed 4 offensive boards. DeMar DeRozan makes them pay. He just hit a little teardrop in the face of Kelly Oubre, and now it's a 20-17 ball game. Got to watch out for DeMar DeRozan. That's what he's really good at, the mid-range and also the floaters as well. Oubre on the drive to the basket gets the ball denied by Cardwell, but he's also fouled by Maxey Renaud, and he will head to the line and shoot 2 free throws. The Kings this year, by the way, 12-36. They're just half a game in front of the New Orleans Pelicans, and that is for the 3rd worst record in all of basketball. Foul shot number 1 by Oubre. He'll splash that one and get his first point of the game. Tyrese Maxey with 9 points in this one leads the way for the 76ers, and DeMar DeRozan leading his team with 7 points. Oubre knocks down the second foul shot and makes it a 5-point lead.
Excellent.
Levine driving downhill like a locomotive, puts up a shot, blocked by Embiid, and the ball goes on out of bounds. Last touch by Joel Embiid. 2:43 left to go in the first quarter. They actually will also say that Levine got fouled. I didn't see that the ref signaled that. Didn't really see a lot of contact there. I'm surprised that they called that a foul. But Levine's going to go to the line and shoot a pair of foul shots. And the first one, he converts and makes it a 4-point game. Really? That was a foul on Embiid? How? I'd like to see a replay. They're not going to show it, of course, because every time I ask for a replay, it's not like that they can hear me up here from New Jersey, but they weren't going to show it anyways. Foul shot number 2 is up and good. 22-19, Philadelphia up by 3 with 2:35 left to go in the first quarter. Sixers go from right to left. Edgecombe over to Embiid with a bounce pass. Embiid fades away, takes a 2, knocks down the jump shots. Makes him pay, and, well, you know what? Okay, he fouled him, but he still was going to get his points anyways because that's what number 21 does. DeRozan again has a hand in his face, and yet he still makes it. Joel Embiid was all up in his wheelhouse, and he still hit an elbow jump shot, and he stepped back and hit it right in his face. 24-21, DeMar DeRozan, 4 for 5 from the field, and 9 points in this game. Embiid goes to work again, draws contact on the baseline, and he's fouled. That's just what makes Joel Embiid so special, is that Cardwell was off balance, he got to his spot on the baseline, and he had really good footwork and was able to just get him to buy in on a pump fake, and he was also double-teamed there too, by the way. So Cardwell gets called for his first foul of the game, and Joel's going to go to the line for 2 foul shots. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, folks, and hit the bell icon. Everyone has a voice in play-by-play with JJ. Absolutely. That is 1,000% true. Foul shot number 1 by Joel. It's a swisher, and the 76ers lead it by 2 possessions. 25-21, Philadelphia. The referees for tonight's game, forgot to mention that a little bit ago, but Justin Van Dunn is one of the referees. Then you got Brandon Adair and Leon Wood as a part of the officiating crew. Embiid again at the line, converts.
Excellent.
Joel has now pivoted and has advanced out in front against Tyrese Maxey with the points. Joel is 10, Maxey is 9. A drive to the basket, and Embiid plays really good solid defense. A Sacramento Kings player is down. Edgecombe gives it back over to Oubre. It's 5-on-4 basketball. Oubre's three-pointer won't go. Still down on the other side. DeMar DeRozan with a pass that goes over to Keon Ellis. And Ellis is going to give it back over to DeMar DeRozan. The player actually did get up for the Kings. It's still out there. Levine wide open for a 3, and he knocks that one down. I'll tell you, again, the Sacramento Kings coming into this game really just have not shot the ball well from 3 as a team. We'll get you their exact stats in just a couple of seconds, but you really can't tell with that in this game. Edgecombe to Oubre over on the perimeter for Philadelphia. Takes it inside over towards the lane. Puts up a little floater with the left hand. It bounces 3 times and still goes down the drain. Look at K9 trying to get his points for Philadelphia, fighting through some adversity and still being able to capitalize. Levine, another 3, not good that time. VJ Edgecombe gets his miss. 38 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Edgecombe gets a 3 off, and he puts it up, can't put it on in. He airballed it. He got some space from Joel Embiid thanks to that little screen that he set for him. We've talked about how great Joel Embiid is just as a screener and giving guys more space. That's the magnitude that he's able to draw. just from an offensive perspective, being able to create walls and give shooters wide open space. Unfortunately, though, Edgecombe couldn't capitalize. DeRozan being heavily guarded by Oubre. 18 seconds left on the game clock, 10 on the shot clock, and now the defender switches. It's VJ Edgecombe. Levine being guarded by Oubre. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Levine puts up a three and puts it up. It goes in and out, and we have a loose ball foul called on Embiid, unfortunately, and that's going to stop the clock with 5.8 seconds left to go. Dallas is here. Dallas Mod Girl. Bo, you miss Bo. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. You're a big Toronto Blue Jays fan. You miss Bo Bichette. I hear you. I hear you. It's tough. It really is. Embiid's going to go on over towards the scorer's table. By the way, the guy that ended up going down for the Sacramento Kings, I believe it was Precious Achiuwa, but he's okay. He got back up. 28-24, a turnaround jump shot by DeRozan, and Oubre is going to get called for a shooting foul. He just barely touched him, and DeRozan will go to the line with 0.4 of a second to go. Gosh. And that's also going to put the Kings in the bonus. Hi there, JJ. Just wanted to stop by real quick. Hello, have a great one from Southern California. Let's go, Philadelphia 76ers. DeRozan at the line. Foul shot number one. He swishes it, and it's back to a three-point game. 28-25. Embiid with 10 points. Tyrese Maxey with 9. DeMar DeRozan over his last 12 games has averaged 21.6 points per game and has shot the ball 52% from the field. Can't hit the second free throw, and the quarter comes to an end. So the Sixers do lead it by 3. They got off to a really good start. Didn't necessarily carry the momentum over the last 5 minutes, but they do finish out the first quarter with the lead 28-25, and they'll be back in just a few seconds, and we'll take a very quick step off. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Folks, if you are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel as well. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Dallas Mod Girl is here. She said that she's having some potato soup tonight. That sounds really good. What'd you guys eat for dinner? Comment down below. Make me hungry. Want to know what you guys have had for dinner tonight, or what you are having for dinner, or if you're tuning on in from another part of the world, what are you going to eat later today or tomorrow or the next day? Here's DeMar DeRozan, tries to draw some contact, and he's fouled yet again. I believe that the contact was on Dominic Barlow. We'll get an official call on that in just a couple of seconds. Nonetheless, though, DeMar is going to go back to the line. The foul was actually on Tyrese Maxey. DeRozan, this year at the line specifically, has been shooting 87%, which is a career high for him. Actually, scratch that. That's not a career high. His highest that he had was at 88% during his 2020-21 season with the San Antonio Spurs. He does misfire the first free throw. It's a little bit off target. Foul shot number 2, that one was straight on. 28-26. It's a 2-point lead now for Philadelphia. Their lineup, it's McCain, Maxey, Bona, George, and Barlow. Interesting lineup for the Philadelphia 76ers. George wants to ISO, takes it over to the baseline, puts up a 2, and hits it right in the face of a Kings defender. A 10-foot step back J for PG. Good to see him getting involved in the offense. That's his first 2 points of the game. Not just the quarter. DeRozan gives it back outside to Zach LaVine. They've had a little bit of chemistry with each other, obviously played with the Chicago Bulls, and have reunited with the Sacramento Kings. Another 3, that's by Keon Ellis, and he cashes that one in, deposits it from the left side of the wing, and it's back to a 1-point game. Philadelphia and Sacramento riding the pendulum. Sixers have Paul George at the Toyota side, and a bounce pass that's deflected and touched by DeMar DeRozan, but they're going to call a fall violation, and they will say that the ball bounced off of DeMar's left foot. That could have been stolen, but luckily enough for the Sixers' sake, it touched his foot. Bona gets the inbound pass, dumps it off over to Tyrese Maxey, who inbounded at that time. Maxey stepped back, should have taken the 3, decided not to. Gives it back to Paul George instead. His elbow J is up, and it's good. Didn't matter how the Sixers got the bucket. Paul George did produce there, and the Sixers' lead is up to 3. Last couple of buckets scored by Paul George, who also plays really good defense, blocks a passing lane, and Tyrese Maxey intercepts the basketball. Bad pass by Keon Ellis. Maxey makes a bad pass, but luckily enough, McCain's able to back it up, and he gets it on the perimeter. McCain takes it over to the baseline, throws it, nearly stolen again. Dominic Barlow puts up a 2, and he's fouled. So the Sixers were actually really lucky on that offensive possession. They nearly turned the ball over about 2 times. I almost said 2.5. Could have been 2 or 3 times there that they just made some not sharp passes, but guys were just there to be able to back up the basketball, and Dominic Barlow will muster his way over to the charity stripe. And the first free throw by Dominic Barlow, he'll swish it and give the Sixers a 2-possession lead. 33-29, Dominic Barlow, of course, still on a 2-way contract for the Philadelphia 76ers. This guy is 22 years old, playing in his 3rd NBA season. Played with the Spurs for 2 years, and then was with the Atlanta Hawks. And so free throw number 2 by Barlow is up and in.
Excellent.
34-29, Sixers have momentum on their side. LaVine with a handoff pass to Keon Ellis again. His tray is off the mark. Bona rebound. Outlet pass to Paul George. George scissoring his way into the lane. Nice bounce pass to Bona, but Bona could not finish it. Excellent defense by Domantas Sabonis. Maxey, they're going to call a blocking foul on him. Looked like that he had both feet set, and instead of a charge, they'll call a blocking foul on Tyrese Maxey. I'm surprised. Ellis just sort of elbowed him right in the stomach, and Maxey just took one right for the team. I don't know how that's not called an offensive foul, but Ellis will inbound it for Sacramento and give it over to Domantas Sabonis. Yeah, when you have your feet both set, that's an offensive foul. Bona just came away with a nice block and just denied Zach LaVine's layup. He tried to finish it from the right side. Maxey steps back, crosses over into the lane, gets past Sabonis, and hits the layup. Timeout by the Kings. And the Sixers lead is up to 7. 9:21 to go in quarter number 2. What makes Tyrese Maxey so special is his explosiveness when he's able to cut right on into the lane and just beat defenders to the punch with not only his speed, but his mindset as well. It's really good. I love you, JJ. Cyan, I love you too. I love you too, Cyan. Jim says I got shrimp carbonara. I hope I said that correctly. Shrimp carbonara. I'll have to look that up to see how that looks. Oh, man. Grilled ham and cheese, says Greg. Greg, what's up, Greg? How you doing? Grilled ham and cheese. We got shrimp carbonara, grilled ham and cheese. Cyan says, I'm watching you. That's what you're eating for dinner tonight, me? No, I'm kidding. Hello, Uber Eats. JJ needs food stat. Oh, man. You know, I wanted to try. I don't know if that would ever happen, but I've always wanted to try ordering something on Uber Eats while I'm doing Uber Eats deliveries, and just to see if I would get the notification and just pick up my own delivery, even though it obviously wouldn't make any sense to do that. I've always wondered if that was actually a thing. Hit that like button. C. David is here. C. David. When is Bona going to try to shoot any threes to become a true combo big? That's a great question. I don't know if do we really want a Dem Bona to shoot threes? I mean, let's actually dissect that question. Let's actually think about it. Do we really want a Dem Bona to shoot threes? I feel like if a Dem Bona is going to shoot threes, that's going to be something that he has to work on during the offseason. I don't necessarily want him chucking up threes. Maybe not. I guess that's the wrong term. If he takes like 1 or 2 threes a game, is that really bad? I don't know. I kind of cringe. It's like nails on a chalkboard right now because, again, it's something that he just doesn't usually do. I don't really think it's a part of his game. But if that's something that he wants to work on, I feel like that has to be more of an off-season thing. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm totally coming out of left field. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. What's the food question? What you eating for dinner tonight? Or what did you have earlier today? Or what you eating tomorrow? Give me food menus. What am I eating tonight? Yeah. Joe's here. Joe is in the house, baby. Always a please, brother. BFAM, play-by-play with JJ. I need Embiid and Maxey. The pad on point, says Bob. Bob is here. The Bob. I never get tired of ringing that bell. Never, ever, 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 never, ever, ever, never, 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 never. You know what that's from? Let me know down below if you do. 36-29, 76ers, and we're back into the swing of things, and we have a foul called. That's going to be on a Dem Bona. It was not a shooting foul or anything like that. It was just a personal foul. He touched Renaud over on the left side. And Ellis is going to inbound it and give it over to Zach LaVine. So the lineup for the Kings, they got Sabonis, DeRozan, Renaud, LaVine, and Ellis. Here's a 2 by Sabonis, can't get it off. And a 3 by the Kings. That one's no good either. Sabonis did attempt to get the rebound. He got it on the first try. The second time, Dominic Barlow fouled him. And the clock stops with 9 minutes left to go. Here we go, says Jim. Yeah, baby. Let's go. I'm eating buffalo shrimp from Applebee's, says Joe. Joe, Applebee's is good. We were having this conversation back in April during baseball season. People were like, Applebee's is terrible. Nah, Applebee's is nice, man. I like Applebee's. 36-31, 76ers up by 5 as DeMar DeRozan just hit a turnaround baseline jump shot from about 11 feet or so. And so Maxey gets it for the 76ers. Maxey to McCain. McCain dribbles around the timeline. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. He's on the perimeter. Takes it over to the left hash mark, and he trips, and he stumbles. And a steal comes from the Kings. They got numbers on the other side. Oh, no. LaVine over to DeRozan. Goes behind his back. Spins around. Puts up a 2 over Paul George and the ball. He misfired the 2, but an offensive rebound by the Kings. Excellent tip there by Renaud. DeRozan thought about taking the 3. And Paul George defends him, and he puts up another little pump fake and gets to the cup anyways over Paul George. And George was not happy about something. I believe that he said that somebody else had to step up there. But regardless, the Sixers give up another bucket to DeMar DeRozan. 15 points for DeMar. He is 6 for 8 in this game. This guy is playing like Jordan out there with his mid-range jumpers and the way that he's just able to score and take the ball right over to the cup. Improved Euro steps, says Jim. Yes, that's for sure. Maxey Renaud got called for a personal foul. Dennis Schroeder is going to step back in for Keon Ellis, and the Sixers will get the ball back. Barlow to Paul George, and now Maxey has it. Dribbles with the left hand, drives it down the lane, scissors past the defense, finishes with the left hand. Soft touch by Tyrese Maxey. The lead is back to 5. Schroeder just gets a little bit of space against Jared McCain. That's all that he needed. Then he took it right over to the right side of the layup line, and he got the layup to fall. The Kings shooting 42% from the field. Philadelphia, they're shooting 52%. Maxey turns it over, and Levine comes away with the basketball. Tries to get a reverse layup. No. And Sabonis gets it blocked by Adembo. The Sixers have the ball. McCain catches, puts up a 3. Oh, man. The crowd was ready to rise. Couldn't get it to go that time. Zach LaVine, foul line jump shot, way too strong. Maxey rebound. And he will speed up the tempo for Philadelphia. He takes it to the Sixers foul line and spins around, and he gets fouled by Dennis Schroeder. All right. Olive Garden, says Jim Horton. I do like Olive Garden. That's pretty good. I'm about to get a Wingstop tonight. I like bones and wings, but they are more expensive, so probably boneless wings. Nice. Wingstop. Yeah, they just, they've been building more and more Wingstops. That's becoming like a more popular franchise even here in the South Jersey area. 6:56 left to be played in the second quarter. Tyrese Maxey at the line to shoot a pair of foul shots. Maxey has done a very good job as a foul shooter during his career. He'll make the first free throw, and the Sixers will have 2 substitutions. Kelly Oubre will step in for Jared McCain. Paul George will also take a seat, and VJ Edgecombe is going to be his replacement. Oh, man, what's going on? I've gotten my wife's orders before on food delivery apps. Have you? Good evening, JJ. What's up, David Jones? How you doing? I'm on the road for 2 weeks. I need diner ideas. Staying in Connecticut. Chat, help him out. 40-35 is the score as Maxey cashes in on both foul shots.
Excellent.
DeRozan on the baseline, almost turns it over. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by VJ Edgecombe over towards the far sideline, towards the scorer's table. Edgecombe nearly had that steal, just could not hang on to the ball. And 12 seconds will be left on the shot clock. 6:45 left to go in quarter number 2. I will fix the scoreboard in just a few seconds. Don't get me wrong. We'll do it probably during a timeout. The ball is inbounded over to Clifford, and we have another foul called against the Sixers. Maxey puts his hands up and saying, what ended up happening there? Precious Achiuwa will also come on in for Maxey Renaud. And again, if I'm saying these names wrong, Kings fans, let me know. Usually that's my job to say the names correctly, but please call me out if I'm not saying it correctly. I always like being correct. Sabonis will go to the line. The Kings are already in the bonus. That's not good. There's 6 minutes and 44 seconds left. We're not even halfway done the second quarter. Sabonis, his first free throw, hits off the front of the rim and goes foul line left. It's no good. Oh, man. Syed, I'll be your friend. Life is sad sometimes. Hey, you guys are all my friends. I mean, better yet, this is a family that we have on here. Really, I like to call everybody on here my Philly freaks, because that is the family. It is. 40-36, Sabonis goes 1 for 2 from the line, and 6:40 left to be played in quarter number 2. Again, we'll fix the scoreboard in just a little bit and get the stats back up. Nothing that I can do right now. Got to call the game. That's the most important thing right now. Maxey takes it over to the right side, lets it fly from downtown, and connects, and cans it from the right side of the wing. And the lead goes up to 7 for the 76ers. They got to get back on defense, though. Clifford looking to pass it, and he does, over to Domantas Sabonis, and another foul called. Another one called on Adembona. That's the one bad thing that he does. I mean, he does get foul sappy, I guess is the right word, and you just don't want to give this Sacramento Kings team free points at the line, especially because they're in the bonus. So that's another personal foul on Adembona. That's his third. He really has to be careful. Had a couple of nice rebounds, a couple of nice blocks, but this is the bad thing about Bona. And so Schroeder's at the line. He'll put up 2 foul shots, and number 1 didn't even hit the net. It just went on down the drain with ease. Third foul on Bona, and he's going to take a seat and get a little bit of Gatorade in him. And Joel Embiid will also step back in for the 76ers. No Andre Drummond so far in this game. Not necessarily a surprise. Just wanted to sort of point that out there. 43-37, Sixers up by 6. Did anybody guess what that thing was what that little thing was that I said earlier? It was a SpongeBob reference. It was. I agree. Bona can work on shooting threes more in the offseason. I agree. But they talked about how he worked on it last offseason. Talk is cheap. I need to see it. Embiid with a handoff pass over to Tyrese Maxey, so both free throws were good, by the way, by Sacramento. Embiid puts up a tray, and he knocks it down. I thought it was just going to be a little bit strong, but it just hit the back of the rim, and it got back on in. That was an interesting bounce he got there. 46-38, DeRozan, another foul line, Jay. He got a screen and made it with ease. How is this guy just so unstoppable in this first half? He's getting every mid-range jump shot he wants. Oubre drives it inside, puts up a 2, no foul called. He got slapped on the wrist, and the refs just do not blow the whistle at all. Whistles remain silent. DeRozan looking to get some space against Dominic Barlow, and a shot is up, and he's fouled. Draws more contact, Barlow fouls him, and more free throws coming on up. Sixers have committed 8 fouls in this quarter so far, and there's still 5 minutes and 7 seconds left to go. I had a steak last night at Applebee's. That was good, says Jim. Got an Applebee's right next to work. Might grab it tomorrow, says Greg. See, Applebee's is good. Applebee's is good, man. It really is. I don't know. I remember we were having this conversation back during baseball season, and people were like, oh, Applebee's sucks. No, it doesn't. Applebee's doesn't suck. How dare you disrespect Applebee's? 46-41, Philadelphia up by 5 with 5:07 left to go. DeRozan did make the first free throw. The second one, he makes that one as well. It's only a 2-possession game now. Sixers have got to be careful. 46-42, DeMar DeRozan, 18 points in this first half so far. Edgecombe, Barlow, Maxey, Oubre, and Embiid are the 5 for Philadelphia. Embiid gets the little bounce pass, and Sabonis is guarding him, takes a couple of jab steps, and will pivot and give it back to Maxey, who steps back, lets it fly, and drains the 3 right straight on. On target for Tyrese Maxey again. Offensive rebound off the missed layup by Schroeder, and the follow-through is up and in by Precious Achiuwa. Again, the Sixers have given up a lot of offensive rebounds. Maxey, another step-back 3. No good. And Barlow couldn't catch the rebound. Instead, the ball is going to go up front, but it's stolen by V.J. Edgecombe. It went off of Nick Clifford's left hand. Edgecombe got a nice little steal, and Tyrese Maxey gets fouled in the act of shooting by Precious Achiuwa. That was a bad turnover. First of all, how did Dominic Barlow not catch that rebound? It slipped on out of his hands. Dennis Schroeder then got it and then just made an excellent pass over to Nick Clifford, who went cherry-picking down low, and V.J. Edgecombe came right from behind him and just sort of swiped that basketball away, blindsided him, got the steal, and then just force-fed Tyrese Maxey, who's at the line for 2 foul shots. Foul shot number 1, in it goes. 50-44. Man, I know what that's from. It's animated on the tip of my tongue. JJ, can you be my friend? Yes. What's going on, JJ? Hope all is well, pal. Let's go. Ray from Naples, Florida. Edgecombe's going to go on over towards the bench for Philadelphia, and Maxey will take about 5 dribbles or so, ready to shoot his free throw form, and it's up and in. V.J. Edgecombe, they're showing a camera on him, and he's sort of stretching over on the sideline. I'm looking now to see if he's okay. 51-44. Justin Edwards, whose first rotation cameo as an NBA player, came against DeMar DeRozan and the Kings, says Adam Aronson. covers the 76ers. They call him Sixers Adam for a reason. 51-47. Wanted to see what the rest of that quote was, but I can't right now. Maxey's double-teamed. He gets trapped, and Sabonis tries to get the basketball. Goes out of bounds over towards the near side, and it'll still be Philadelphia ball. Edgecombe is now going to go back to the locker room. He's heading on into the tunnel. The trainer's assisting him. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's walking on his own willpower, that is, but he is in the tunnel right now. Maxey over to Joel Embiid, a foul line J, got to the sweet spot, easy as 1, 2, 3 for Joel Embiid. The lead is up to 6. Embiid with 13, 2, and 1 in this game. 2 assists and only 1 rebound. But the offense has still been pretty good. Clifford takes it towards the Stars on the near side of the lane, and the ball gets swatted out of Paul George's left hand, and it'll still retain with Sacramento. 6 seconds left on the shot clock, and they'll have to inbound it very quickly. It'll be Schroeder who's going to provide the inbound pass. He lobs it over to Sabonis, guarded by Paul George, and they give it back to DeMar DeRozan. Good defense by Maxey, forces him to take a baseline J. Tough shot. Embiid snatches his second rebound of the game. Maxey gets past the trees, gives it over to Edwards. Edwards back to Maxey. He's trapped in the corner, and he takes a jab step, looks to take a 3 as Embiid gives him a slow screen, and now Maxey gets a defender switched on him, gives it back to Joel Embiid, puts up a tough 2, and it's up and in. The footwork by Joel Embiid, 55-47, Sixers up by 8. With 2:46 left to go in the second quarter. Kings call for time. And they'll be back in a little bit. Hopefully, again, VJ Edgecombe is okay. We got to change this. We're going to do that right now. We will change this scoreboard. I will be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere, and we'll get back to the chat ASAP too. Hi, Dallas, my girl. This is formerly Jane from Rising Rhino. Yeah. Love that still of the game, says Benzino. Yeah, I had to change it because I wanted to give you guys the proper stats in this game. And for some reason, it ended up going down a little bit further, so let me change that again. Just don't always like it when you guys see me make these changes because I'd rather just go to a break rather than just do this during a break because then it doesn't sound as professional. I try to make this as professional as I possibly can. Can we just get to 50 likes, please, says Joe. Just do it. Every thumbs up helps. Orphan kittens and puppies get adopted, says Joe. All the likes and all the subs definitely do contribute to better streams, and we get more people on here, so we want more people to get this recommended into their algorithms. Please make sure that you do hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. You're doing a nice little service to JJ. It's a nice little way to help out the channel, and it's awesome. Needs to see a plus third quarter. Too often we lose ground, says Jim. Yeah. I agree. Need to see it. You need to hear it. But yes, we would like to. We'd like to see it for sure. 55-47, 2:35 left to go in this second quarter. Sabonis gets the inbound pass, gives it over to Keon Ellis, wide open, and he knocks down the three. He was just wide open. He had all day and night to shoot it. Embiid and Maxey had put up 40 of the 55 points for the 76ers. Only 15 points by other Sixers players. George can't convert on a straight-on three. Ellis gets the rebound, hands it off to DeRozan. Floater is a little bit short, and the rebound is snagged by Justin Edwards. Still don't know what happened to VJ Edgecombe. Still waiting for a word on that. 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. VJ Edgecombe did go back into the tunnel for the 76ers. Good ball movement by Philadelphia. Embiid to Edwards for a wide-open three. Edwards gives Embiid credit as Justin Edwards knocks down the tray. Excellent offense for the 76ers. Maxey pokes it loose, but unfortunately, Sacramento retains possession of the ball. Sabonis with a little Euro step hits Joel Embiid with the reverse layup, and it's back to a 6-point lead. Not a good bounce for the 76ers, and because Tyrese Maxey went down after he tipped it, it was a 5-on-4 man advantage for the Sacramento Kings, and they took full advantage. Embiid passes it back to Edwards. Another three-point shot. He misfires it, and the rebound belongs to Sacramento again. Edwards tried to get the rebound, but he got boxed out by Schroeder at the very last second. George nearly gets a steal. Sabonis throws it over towards the inside and gives it over to Keon Ellis. DeMar DeRozan with a drive down Broadway. Swings the ball around the timeline. The ball finds Ellis. His three-pointer. No good. George boxes out. Sabonis tips it over into the hands of Embiid. And Joel Embiid rolls down the lane. 42 seconds left to go in quarter number 2. Maxey to Embiid. Foul line J. Automatic. It's good. And that's what happens when these two develop more chemistry together. 60-52, 30 seconds left to go in the second quarter, and the clock is dwindling down. DeRozan gets fouled by Embiid, puts up a shot, they won't count it. And the clock will stop with 22.7 seconds left to go. That is the third foul on Joel Embiid in this first half. Need to see a plus third quarter. Too often we lose ground. Shantae is here. What's going on? Just as I knew it. I knew it was the SpongeBob movie. Yes, the Flyers are down 2-0, JJ, against the Bruins. That is awful. That is terrible. That is despicable. 60-53. Flyers have not been playing good hockey at all. What have they lost? Like 9 of their last 10 games? It's pretty brutal. 60-53, 7-point lead for the 76ers. DeRozan again at the line. He's been there a lot of times in this first half, and he makes it a 2-possession game, converts on both free throws, and Tyrese Maxey gets the inbound pass, and the Sixers are going to hold for one more possession. 15 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Maxey being guarded at the logo by Dennis Schroeder, and now he gets a switch. It's Keon Ellis. Maxey with a bounce pass to George. 3 seconds left to go. George gets it swatted away. 1.6 seconds left to go as it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Kings over on the Sixers baseline, and they're just going to have to catch and shoot. We'll see what type of shot they're able to get off here. Maxey will have to inbound it, and he looks to give it back over to Oubre, and Oubre's 2. He tried to dunk it. It was blocked by Keon Ellis, and I believe that that's going to do it, and we're going to go on into halftime. Ellis, who just blocked Paul George's 5-foot jumper, ended up getting on Kelly Oubre, and Oubre tried to take it right over to the rack, and he lost the ball in midair and could not dunk it well at all. Didn't even get a dunk in. 60-54, though, is the score as they go into halftime. Sixers up by 6. The refs are actually going to the table to review this to see if this was a foul, I believe. They are going over to the table. I don't know if Nick Nurse put up a challenge or not. Let's see again. Is that basket interference? It looked like that he hit him right on the right hand. Ooh. So they're going to call offensive basket interference with half a second left on the game clock. So they call offensive goaltending. Now, I thought that Ellis got a hand right on Kelly Oubre's right hand as he was taking the dunk there. So Sacramento has a chance here. They're going to inbound it, and Schroeder puts up a three-quarters court shot, and that is going to do it. He missed it. He airballed it very badly. And so now we officially go into halftime. It's a 6-point lead for the 76ers, and they'll be back in just a little bit. Flyers are the same as last year. Sorry, Embiid. Tyrese is the face of the 76ers. Reminds me of AI, just full of positivity. Yes, sir. JJ, do you think VJ is leaving because he just got traded for Giannis? I didn't see what could have happened to hurt him. Yeah, I don't think that that's why he's leaving. No, I don't. And I don't think that the 76ers are trading for Giannis at all. I don't. Oh, that scared me. That did scare me for a second. Let's look. Let's see. Any news on VJ Edgecombe? Any news? Any news? Nope. Halftime, Philadelphia, 60-54. Maxey has 23 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. Embiid has 19 points and 3 assists, too. Just wanted to throw that out there. Edgecombe did just return to the. They just said on Underdog NBA, and I didn't see this, and they didn't even show him during the broadcast, but VJ Edgecombe did return to the Sixers bench just about a minute ago. So that was just reported. Oh, man. Are you showing the game, says VX Lock. Chat, do I show the game? Do I show the game? Because the answer is no. I don't want to get a copyright strike. It's not what I want to do. If I would, I could, but I can't. I thought Embiid was hurt for a second, like, no, then he smiles and does a pirouette. Yeah, I got a little, you probably saw a little look on my face too, but I didn't say anything. I did not say anything. Nope. Good evening, all. Had a dream last night that I met Steve Carlton. Oh, damn. That's quite a dream, but then you probably woke up and you were like, dang, it didn't happen? Oh, darn it. That sucks. But at least it was a good dream. It was a good dream. I didn't mean to bring you down there. That does sound like it's a really good dream. He was doing the yard work, says Doug. Hey, JJ, how's my good buddy PG doing tonight? Hey, PG, how you doing tonight? He's not doing well. Oh, man. Show the game, please. I would if I could, but I can't. First half grade is a B-. Yeah, first half grades. Comment those down below. How are the grades? Let us know. What's on your report card? I would say for this game, I'm actually going to go C+. I'm going to be a little bit tough. I'm going to be that guy today. I'm going to be a little bit tough on the 76ers because they have not found a way to stop DeMar DeRozan. I know that he had a couple of really tough shots, but every single time this man just gets the ball, he capitalizes, and he finds a way to make the Sixers pay. Enough of DeMar DeRozan already. Come on. Dennis Schroeder also 4 for 5 from the field, 14 points. What's going on? How did they have 35 combined points, and it's not even Zach LaVine or Domantas Sabonis that are going off? So that's why I'm going to be a little bit tough. That's why. But also, the Sixers defense has really just not been good in this game. How many wide open threes have they allowed to the Sacramento Kings team? And I did say, and I apologize because, again, I get lost in the sauce with things, that I would tell you how the team is actually shooting this year from downtown. I'm going to give you those team stats in just a little bit. And by team, I mean the Sacramento Kings. But yeah, they have really shot the ball well in this game from beyond the arc, and they're not really a good three-point shooting team. Their offensive rating, or sorry, not offensive rating, the amount of points that they put up per game in the NBA is third to last. Literally. They have only put up 110.5 points per game this season, and that's one of the main reasons why that they are at the bottom, because, again, they just cannot put points up on the board. They just don't do that. That's not in their DNA. Shooting-wise from beyond the arc, they are 20th in all of basketball, shooting only 34.9%. That's not really good. That's really not good at all. Now, the Sixers are shooting the ball 35.7%. However, that went up over their last couple of games. They shot the ball so well in the last game that they played from three. But also, a big contributor to that as well is that Joel Embiid and Paul George don't play all the time. So no wonder why their three-point shooting is down, because when they play, they draw more gravity. And so now there's more attention on them, and the three-point percentage goes up when they're out there on the court. It just statistically does that, and from an eye test perspective, you just see that too. You do. Embiid is averaging 23.7 points per game in his last 3 games. Not bad. Would like that to be a little bit more up, but that's something else to know too. He played well in his last game. He did. He played very strong in the first quarter. Again, I thought that he was going to go for 50 points. I thought he was out for blood. This game, he's just an offensively skilled player. He really is, even when he's not at 100%. So that is just nice to see as I bite my tongue accidentally. But yeah, I'm going to go with a C+. I think that their defense has not been so good in this game. They also have been giving up a lot of offensive rebounds. They've given the Sacramento Kings so many second chance opportunities. That needs to be cleaned up. I'm not necessarily satisfied because, again, the Sacramento team is third to last in all of basketball. So I'm going to be a little bit more of a tough cookie today because I expect better. I just do. PG is bland. Not blessed tonight. Nope. All right, we're going to take a quick step off. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. Welcome back on into Sixers halftime coverage here with Play-by-Play with JJ. It's really the Sixers halftime show with Play-by-Play with JJ. I misspoke there. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Philadelphia does lead at 60-54 at the half, and they lead it by 6 points against the Sacramento Kings. In case you're just tuning on in, Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid are doing their jobs on offense. They've looked pretty good out there. They've been getting the scoring going for the 76ers, but the rest of the supporting cast really has not done a good job in this game so far. Paul George has had a very quiet first half, VJ Edgecombe not able to get much going. I know that he got hurt. He did come back on over to the bench with about a minute and a half left to go in the first half, but still only 3 points for him. Oubre is 4 points, Paul George is 6, and the bench, the whole entire bench, just 5 points combined. Edwards made a 3. Barlow had a little layup, and that was it. Not good. We saw Jared McCain was getting things back on track over the last 2 games. It looked like that he was taking steps forward, and tonight in the first half, it looked like that he's taking some steps back. I don't like that. I want him to just continue to shoot the ball. Only has attempted 1 3 in this game, and that's his only field goal attempt. I'd like to see that number go up a little bit. But yeah, other than that, though, not really much else to say with the 76ers. You just want them to be firing out of the gates when they come on into the second half, and you want to see them play a very nice physical brand of basketball. Maybe, and this is also a reflection of the head coach, right? Because now, when you go on into the third quarter here, you want to get your energy boosters out there too, if the 76ers cannot start off strong. So Adem Bona in this game has gotten himself into some foul trouble. Maybe this is a game where Andre Drummond needs to go out there because you need somebody who can crash the offensive rebounds. And give you extra possessions. So maybe this is a game where he should come out and give you maybe a couple of nice little minutes once Joel Embiid goes on over to the bench. Just a food for thought. Jabari Walker, too, right? Jabari Walker is a Rashawn Holmes type of a player. And for those of you who don't remember Rashawn Holmes, Rashawn was basically that guy that was undersized, that could play at the 5 position, give you a couple of really nice minutes, and he was just really explosive, could dunk the basketball, and was pretty explosive during a couple of minutes of stretches. So maybe those are the guys that you have to go with in the second quarter when it comes to the beginning part of the fourth, or even just the end of the third. I don't know. I don't have the answers. But I'd like to see new things tried from this head coach. And maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe I'm coming out of left field, and you guys might be laughing at me and say, JJ, what are you saying? That's never going to happen. That's just not what this head coach does. I hear you. It's fair. But doesn't mean that that's not the right thing to do. Gotta try new things. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that stuff out. So Tyrese Maxey has 23 points. Joel Embiid has 19 points. Maxey also has 6 assists and 4 rebounds, 1 steal. He did turn the ball over once. He had a bad pass. But the Sixers have not been turning the ball over. The problem in this game has been overall, I would say, that they're not getting as many field goals as they should. And I think that from a defensive schematic standpoint, they're playing too much man-to-man defense. They're playing too much zone defense, and that's why DeMar DeRozan and Dennis Schroeder are going off, because there's nobody attached to either of those guys. I want to see VJ Edgecombe playing defense on DeMar DeRozan. I want VJ to be able to guard him. And it just seems like, and I give the Kings a little bit of credit because I do feel like that they have gotten off of that matchup. And DeMar, with his footwork, has done a good job. But from the Sixers' perspective, this is where screening comes on in, and this is where you have to do a good job switching. And this comes from the head coach drawing up plays to put his players in positions to succeed and make them glued onto their guys. That is a head coaching issue. It's not necessarily on the players when it comes to getting switched on, because the head coach will tell them, no, we want this to happen. So, 60-54 is the score, and we are going to start the third quarter momentarily. Hey, JJ, long time no see, says BW. BW! What's going on, my friend? Shout out to you guys. Baseball season is almost here. It's almost here, man. It's insane. Pitchers and catchers are going to be reporting sooner rather than later. And you should definitely follow Orioles Birdwatcher for all of your baseball needs. He does an awesome job covering the Baltimore Orioles. He's also going to be doing a lot of other baseball content this year. And you should definitely go check out his channel. If he doesn't drop his link, one of my mods will. And yes, I feel free to promote your stuff on here, my friend. You had to take that Eagles sweater off. This is a Sixers time. Yes, sir, I did. It was getting a little bit hot up here. And I was like, you know what? All right, time to rock out the Rocky shirt. 60-54, we start off the third quarter, and Sacramento gets a wide-open three to fall, and it's now a three-point game. Not off to a good start for the 76ers. Dennis Schroeder had all day and night to shoot that shot, so it's 60-57. Edgecombe back over to Tyrese Maxey. An excellent first half for Tyrese. Maxey over to Embiid. Pick and roll action. Floater by Joel. It's automatic and it's good. That is now assist number 7 for Tyrese Maxey. And Joel Embiid with 21 points. Maxey and Embiid leading the way for Philadelphia. Schroeder, pump fake, jab step, three-pointer. Clanks it off the front of the rim. Oubre with an outlet pass to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey crosses on over. DeRozan's on him. Swings it back to Embiid. A handoff back to Maxey. A bounce pass to Joel Embiid. And Embiid on the foul line extended. Puts up a 2 and swishes it right in DeMar DeRozan's face. Little air horn there. Sixers cannot get a block. That's a little layup hit by Keon that was Precious Achiuwa who got the layup to fall. Embiid gave him a little bit of some space. Maxey gets fouled on the other side by Domantas Sabonis. Or Dennis Schroeder, that is. And Maxey is going to be helped up by number 21. Hopefully we can make some good moves for the Eagles. First being OC. Well, Sean Mannion is the new OC for the Philadelphia Eagles. I couldn't report it earlier today. How we feel about that? Sean Mannion. We talked a little bit about it before. Marianne gave her thoughts about that. 64-59. George gets a baseline J to go up, but he can't get it to go on in. And Sacramento has numbers on the other side. Schroeder with a bounce pass to Sabonis. The ball gets deflected by George. It's saved by Oubre and stolen by Edgecombe. George on a drive to the basket. Gets it knocked loose. And the ball goes out of bounds. Sixers retain possession of the basketball. Yes, sir. BW is almost here. The baseball is secondary. Yes, sir. There's the link. That's me, folks, he says. All right, Sixers have Kelly Oubre Jr. get the inbound pass. Oubre looking to pass it over to Embiid. Sixers going from left to right. Embiid with a bounce pass over to Maxey. He steps back, launches a 3. Thought he got it? He did not. It was just too strong, and Sacramento gets the rebound once again. That was Nick Clifford snatching his 5th rebound of the game. Sabonis is double-teamed. He needs help. Sixers trap him. The ball goes out of bounds. It was last touched by Sabonis, and the Sixers do an excellent job trapping. Edgecombe and George were there right on the corner, and Sabonis deflected it right off of George's left knee, and then George was smart enough to get it off of his left knee in particular, and the Sixers get the ball. Here's VJ Edgecombe, who pulls up and knocks down the jump shot. He gets the mid-range to fall. Timeout by the Kings, 66-59, Philadelphia. And the lead is up to 7. JJ, a goal was scored by the Flyers. Ring the bell for that. That's great. Did we get an update on VJ? VJ is back out there. He came back on in with a minute and a half left to go in the second quarter. It wasn't told to me. Nobody tells me things. I find things out over on Twitter, but it wasn't shown on NBC Sports Philadelphia. They didn't necessarily show that or talk about that. But yes, JJ, the Flyers got a goal. Yes, they did. Who got the goal, though? I don't know who got the goal. Folks, like, subscribe, turn on the bell icons, too. And that way you will know when we do go live. We talk pretty fast when we're doing basketball. Oh, man, but we have a lot of fun. I love basketball. I love calling basketball. It's one of my favorite things to call. I love baseball, but there's something that's really special to see. I go back and forth, right, between calling basketball and calling baseball, but I feel like that there's an art to calling basketball, especially when it's on the radio. I really do, and I geek out over that. Travis Konechny got the goal. Awesome. He had a hat trick last night. I know that they ended up losing, but what's that now? 4 goals over his last 2 games? That's good. He has a hot stick. That's great. Good stuff. TK. Other scores around the National Basketball Association. The Milwaukee Bucks are down by 12 to the Washington Wizards. They're in the third quarter. The Atlanta Hawks, they lead it by 5 against the Houston Rockets with 46.7 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Miami, they lead it by 3, 34-31 out in Chicago with 59 seconds left in the first quarter of that game. In just a few moments, the Charlotte Hornets will be taking on the Dallas Mavericks. And then at 9 o'clock, you got the Brooklyn Nets out in Denver at Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. Detroit will be playing out in Phoenix at 9 o'clock as well. And then at 9:30, the Thunder will be in Minnesota. Minnesota 29-19 on the season, and OKC 38-10. All right, so the Sixers are back out there. Tyrese Maxey, that's his 10th first half this season where he has scored 20 or more points. Hey, RB, it's your boy Larry from Lansdowne. This is not RB, this is JJ. I can take a message, though, and I can tell RB that you say hi, though, my friend. 66-59, 9:25 left to go in the third quarter. Here's DeMar DeRozan crossing over, going in between the legs, and he takes on Paul George. Bounce pass, though, back over towards the outside. Nick Clifford has it, hands it off over to Schroeder. His elbow J, no good. Sabonis got the offensive rebound, puts it up and puts it in. There were 3 Sixers players right there, and none of them could get an offensive board, and somehow, some way, Sabonis just buzzed on in and got the rebound. That's now 13 second chance points scored by the Sacramento Kings. Tyrese Maxey does respond on the other side. He gets the layup. Nice pass by Embiid. 68-61. Sabonis gets fouled in the act of shooting very quickly by VJ Edgecombe, and he'll buzz his way over to the foul line. As soon as they play really good on the offensive side, they just get caught napping on the other side of the court and cannot stop Domantas Sabonis, and they are just late. And by the time they get to him, they foul him. Come on. Got to play better on the defensive side. The defense in this game has not been strong, and that's just to put it nicely. Sabonis at the line for 2 free throws. Makes the first one, and the second one is going to come on up momentarily. He just has 8 points in this game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. He's been having a down year offensively. He misses the second free throw, but another offensive rebound that's tipped out by Sabonis to DeRozan. DeRozan with a turnaround jumper over Edgecombe. That was great defense, just better offense by DeRozan. But how can you allow all these boards for Sacramento? That's ridiculous. Here's George stepping back over on that baseline. Thought about taking the 2. Bounces it over to Embiid. Embiid goes down towards the rack. Count the bucket and a foul. Impressive footwork again by number 21. He got right on past his defender, and he was able to just get him to gamble. It was Precious Achiuwa who took a gamble going for the steal, and then Embiid just slid on right past DeMar DeRozan, got to the baseline, and just took it right to the dunker area. And we'll go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Here is Embiid with the and one. Hits off the back iron. Sabonis with another rebound. That's his 5th rebound of this game. It's just showing me we can't trade Andre Drummond. We need him, but yet we're not playing him, my friend. So Embiid misses the foul shot. Dennis Schroeder makes a layup. It's now 70-66. The game has gotten closer. Sacramento has put up a dozen points in this third quarter. Sixers have only put up 10. Embiid with a 25-foot jumper. Not that time. DeRozan rebound. And he's looking to just cross on over a few times. Gives it back to Dennis Schroeder, but he's fouled on the floor by PG. My friend, how you doing? Be careful from this winter storm and stay safe. Yes, you too, my friend. You too. Thanks so much for stopping on by. Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid have put up 50 of the 70 points for the Philadelphia 76ers. They've only gotten 20 other points, and the supporting cast has not done a good job. Schroeder wide open for a three. Sabonis again tracks down another rebound. How many offensive rebounds is that for the Sacramento Kings? That's 12. The Sixers have only had 2. Sabonis hits the little layup. No timeout taken by Nick Nurse just yet. 70-68. They've allowed 12 offensive boards in this game. 6 of them have come in this third quarter. Sacramento has put up 17 second chance points, and that's why they're in this game. George goes over to the layup line, gets it blocked on the other side. Sacramento could tie it or take the lead. Here's DeRozan with a lob pass over to Sabonis. It's up, it's in, we're tied, and a timeout taken by the Sixers. So Sacramento has gone on a 12-4 run, and they tie the game up at 70 apiece, and the Sixers will call for time, and they'll be back. 6:49 left to go. In case you're wondering, the Philadelphia 76ers are tied 70-70 here in the third quarter. Another really bad start to the third quarter for the 76ers. That's been a part of their DNA throughout the entire season. We've seen plenty of times this year where they just come out ice cold in the third quarter, and they just cannot do anything correct. They are getting out-rebounded 31-17. That's been the main story of this game, and in particular in the second half, the Sacramento Kings have had 6 offensive rebounds. They're also outscoring the 76ers on second chance points 17-0. Not a single point for the 76ers on second chance opportunities. That's bad. So we're tied at 70 apiece, and the Sixers look to try to get the lead back. DeRozan with 23 points, Maxey leads the way for the Sixers. He's actually tied with Embiid. They each have 25 for Philadelphia. 70-70. That's their eyesight. Yeah. Yep. Not good. Really not good at all. Achua has 7 rebounds. Sabonis has 6. Schroeder has 4. Renaud has 5. And Clifford has 4 as well for Sacramento. All right, so here we go. 6:43 left to go in this third quarter. Maxey hands it off over to VJ Edgecombe. Sixers offense has gone a little bit stale in this third so far. George takes it with the right hand, crosses over, steps back, foul line. Jay had a hand in his face, didn't matter. He got it to go. And so now it's 72-70. NBC gave the lead to Sacramento. Nope, that's not a Sacramento lead. That's a Sixers 72-70 lead. 6:15 left to go in the third quarter. Schroeder takes it over to the foul line, extended, nearly got away with a travel. Hands it off, and the layup is no good. Embiid, can he get the rebound? No, he let it up, and Ellis got the rebound instead. Sabonis for the tie on the handoff. It's good. Embiid didn't even jump for the ball. It was literally right by his chest, and he just could not hang on to it. So now it's 72-72. Paul George, baseline 3, got it to go. Nice play by Paul George. The 3 is up, the 3 is in. Paul George from downtown. DeRozan on the baseline, inside the three-point arc. Looks to take on Oubre and back him down in his tracks. He puts up a shot. The bank shot is good. He just was able to hit a floater from the right side. He angled it perfectly, and now it's 75-74. Sixers lead is only up to 1. Maxey is trapped. He passes it to Edgecombe. He had a hand in his face, VJ Edgecombe, but there's a foul on Sabonis. It was a personal foul, just a foul called on the floor, and Sabonis will take a seat. That's his 4th foul of the game. If there's any sort of good news, Sabonis is going to have to sit for the rest of the third quarter because he's in foul trouble. So maybe that'll help the Sixers when it comes to rebounding the ball. Maybe now's the time to put in Dominic Barlow or Andre Drummond to just get you second chance points. I mean, come on, man. 75-74. Maxey gets the inbound pass, passes it over to George. George thought about taking the 3, hesitated, and then steps over to a three-pointer on the near corner and can't get that one to go. He took the tougher shot there and wasn't able to capitalize. Sacramento could take the lead now. They spin, they cross over. The ball's fumbled. Oubre tips it over to Edgecombe, and Edgecombe gets tripped up, and he's fouled. Kelly Oubre diving for loose balls on the floor, and VJ Edgecombe getting fouled by Precious Achua. Or will they call it on Cardwell? They will. They'll call it on Cardwell. They'll say that Achua turned the ball over, and 4:43 left to go. VJ Edgecombe has actually recovered the most loose balls in the NBA. They just put up a graphic there. He's recovered 53. Embiid with a 3. Not that time. Sacramento has numbers. 4:25 left to go in the third quarter. They look to take the lead. Schroeder gets some space, puts it up, and cans it from the top of the key. And Sacramento gets their first lead since the first quarter. It's 77-75. Sixers' largest lead was only at 8, and so that has been erased. Sixers were in complete control. Maxey throws it away, but the ball goes off of a Sacramento King player, and the Sixers will still have possession. Sixers big men can no longer run and jump. I'm a fan of VJ and Maxey, but they need a backup center and power forwards. The problem is that they're not playing their backup center, and instead what they're doing is they're playing Adem Bona, who's just getting into foul trouble, and they're not utilizing Andre Drummond. That's the issue. Well, the good news for them is that Joel Embiid and the Sixers are in the bonus with 3:33 left to go. This might be a trap game for the 76ers. Well, you can't give up that many offensive rebounds. the Sixers do get the lead back 78-77. They've allowed 23 points in this third quarter, and they've put up 19, or 18 that is. That's why we need to replace his Eduardo. I hear you. 78-77. Lots of threes left on the clock here in the third quarter. 3:33 left to go. And foul shot number 2 is up and good.
Excellent.
They have a stoppage in play, and the referees are going to have to inbound it over from the far sideline, or they're going to have the Kings inbound it from the far sideline. 79-77 over on the near side for the Kings, and getting called for a travel is Clifford. And somebody's not happy about that. And the person that's not happy, well, that's the Kings head coach, Doug Christie. It's like, how's that? How's that an offensive foul? 79-77. Maxey swings it over to Embiid, who rolls down Broadway, goes up with a tough shot, and he's fouled yet again. That's the nice thing, is that they recognize that because Domantas Sabonis is not out there, well, let's try to get Nick Clifford into some foul trouble. And they will. And Embiid is going to go back to the line. Eduardo says, I'm watching from the Philippines. Big shout out to you. Thanks so much for being on here. George over on the sideline. Embiid will miss foul shot number 1 as it clanks off the back of the rim. There are no trap games when you are 4 games over 500, says old man Ferguson. Trap games are out of the vocabulary if you're 4 games over 500. 79-77. 3:15 left to go in the third quarter. That's according to old man Ferguson. Sixers are getting out-rebounded 34-18, and they're not playing Andre Drummond, says RB. Embiid misses both free throws. Oh, wow. That's a rarity. 3:05 left to go in the third quarter, and the Kings snatched their 36th rebound of the game. Levine for 3. Bingo. And the lead is back to 1. Or is it? Nope, they say that his foot was on the line, so it's a tie game, 79 apiece. They might review this. Here's McCain. Back over to Edwards. They swing it around the timeline. Embiid finds the rolling Maxey towards the rim, and he hits the 2. So for now, it's 81-79. 2:30 left to go in the third quarter. PAS in the house. Flyers are a dumpster fire, he says. Man, thanks so much for the raid. Thank you so much. Guys, go follow PAS. He covers the Flyers. He covers the Jets. He covers the NFL. He covers the NHL. And, of course, he covers the Mets and Major League Baseball. 81-79. And we have free throws coming up momentarily for Zach LaVine, who got fouled by Justin Edwards. LaVine's first foul shot, it trickles on in. It actually hit off the front of the rim. It was short, and he got the friendly bounce. Bona will come back in for the Sixers. Again, no Andre Drummond. Have to keep banging that drum, pun intended. Patrick Kane just got his 1,375th point. Congratulations to him. 81-80, and now it's 81-81 as Zach LaVine ties the game. 9 points for Zach. He's just 2 for 9 in this game, shooting from the field. Maxey takes it over towards the perimeter and crosses over back at the logo. He backed up, and he gets called for a travel. And another costly turnover by the Philadelphia 76ers. Maxey puts his hands up, and he is not happy with the referees, but that was clearly a travel. And so Sacramento will look to get the lead back once again. 2 minutes and 9 seconds left remaining in the third quarter. The turnovers have been bad. The rebounding has been bad. And things not looking so good for the Sixers, currently speaking, in this third quarter. Ellis gets it over at the logo and tries to get a defender switched on him. Edwards actually stayed on him and did a good job. Adem Bona nearly got the switch. And we have a Kings timeout taken with 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. They only have 2 timeouts left. Just wanted to point that out there, too. The Sixers actually have 5. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Again, drop your link down below, PAS. You are the best. Big shout out to you. And we'll be right back. So Tyrese Maxey is at the line to shoot 2 free throws. Sorry we came back a little bit late. First one twirls around the world and goes down the drain with ease to make it 83-82. Deshaun's here. He says, OT. Sema Fox also here. Maxey looking to try to tie the game with this foul shot. And can he do so? He puts it up. And there it is.
Excellent.
29 points for number 0, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds in this game. He's done his job, that's for sure. So here come the Kings bench. Clifford gets it over on the inside, drops a nice little pass, and the little layup is good by Renaud. I mean, he found him wide open. So it's 85-83, Sacramento out in front. McCain at the Xfinity Mobile Arena sign, drives it on inside, takes it towards the left side of the lane, puts up a tough jumper, and gets the friendly bounce. And we're tied again at 85 apiece. 50 seconds left in quarter number 3. Maxey nearly got a steal, took the gamble, didn't work, and Maxime Renaud hits another floater off the apple by Zach LaVine. Another little drop-off pass, 87-85. Maxey fights through some contact. Whistles remain silent, and the rebound goes to Sacramento. It was a layup attempted by Maxey. LaVine with another 2, and that's up, and that's good. 89-85, 25 seconds to go. Barlow on a drive to the basket, puts up a tough 2, count it, and 1. I think Edgecombe is out for the rest of the game at least. Nope, he came back on in. 89-87. 23.6 seconds left to go in the third quarter, unless maybe they said something. Maybe they did. I don't know if you were listening to the game or not. 89-87. Are we at home? We cannot lose this game. They are 3-20 on the road, says old Maxey. I hear you. I hear you, man. Not good right now for the 76ers. They've allowed 35 points in this third quarter, and they just got absolutely out-rebounded on the offensive glass and even on the defensive side, too. Edwards will go on over to the bench. Dominic Barlow's and one is coming on up. DeMar DeRozan back in for Precious Achiuwa. And the and one is good.
Excellent.
Stir Show says, Kings always melt down in the fourth, don't worry. Well, hope you're right. 89-88, 13 seconds left, and the shot clock is unplugged. Levine gets it at the Xfinity Mobile Arena sign. Wants to dance over Tyrese Maxey. Spins around, turns around, drops it off to Ellis. Ellis puts up a three-pointer. He got it. He got it at the buzzer and gets high fives from his teammates. 92-88, a step-back, disgusting three by Keon Ellis. And Levine gets the assist. And the Kings are up by 4 as they go into the fourth quarter. The Sixers surrender 38 points to the Sacramento Kings in quarter number 3. And we're going to the fourth quarter in another dicey game for the Philadelphia 76ers. (45-21) on the rebounding. Terrible. Man, brutal. Come on, baby. I don't get it. Oh, man. 1977 Mike says, I told you it's going to be close till the fourth quarter. Here is when the 10-point lead comes, says 1977 Mike. Gosh, that was one of the worst. I mean, they've had bad third quarters this year. That's up there. That has to be up there. That third quarter was brutal. How do you give up that many rebounds? How do you allow the Kings to get that many points? This team is, again, to just put this in perspective, the Kings as a team this year, they're not a good rebounding team at all. They really aren't. And for Nick Nurse not to just put in Andre Drummond for even 2 minutes, I mean, what's going on? Really? What is going on? The Kings are 4th to last in rebounding. They have averaged 40.9 rebounds per game, and they have 44 in 3 quarters. It's crazy. Gosh. Unbelievable, man. Defense for the third quarter is brutal like temps outside. If Philly loses this game, it is clearly the worst loss of the year, says NYG Guru. I don't know. Getting blown out by 50 against Charlotte is pretty unacceptable, too. I can't just look at that. And how about when you had a 30-point lead? Not a 30-point lead. It was a 28-point lead against the Chicago Bulls. That was a bad loss. So this would not, in my opinion, be their worst loss. Here's a 2 by Paul George. He gets it to go. It was an elbow jump shot, and the Sixers are down by 2. 92-90. Sixers trail by 2 points. I mean, I haven't forgotten about those games. The game against the Bulls, that was horrible. Here's a little jump shot by Clifford. The baseline J, no good. Andre Drummond is out there. Wow. Andre Drummond is playing in this game. McCain just turned it over, but Sacramento turns it over again, and it'll be 76ers basketball. As Achua got a steal, he threw it way too far for Keon Ellis. It was an incomplete pass. Yes, but the Kings are 3-20 on the road. This is their second game in 2 games, and they're on a 6-game losing streak. I hear you loud and clear. I'm not saying that this is a great... That this would be a great loss. No. Drummond kicks it out to McCain. His three-pointer. It's short. And rebounded again by Sacramento. So now he puts in Andre Drummond. And he has Dominic Barlow out there too. The lineup for the Sixers, it's Edgecombe, Drummond, Barlow, McCain, and George. Here's Ellis looking to fizzle his way down the lane. And Andre Drummond gets called for a goaltend. Or is it a foul? 92-90 up. They actually say that Achua turned it over. And he did a double dribble. Surprised about that. Sixers will inbound it. They'll have VJ Edgecombe as the inbounder. And he gives it up over to Jared McCain. All right. Barlow sets a little pick for Paul George. Away from the play. George gets it over on the baseline. Tries to tie the game. No can do. Shot was strong. Sacramento rebound again. That's their 48th of the game. Clifford trying to get some space against Barlow. He throws it over to Ellis. And Keon Ellis puts up a baseline jump shot. And he gets the friendly bounce again. It popped on in. 94-90. Sacramento up by 4 points. Give Keon Ellis 8 points in this game. Sacramento shooting 51% in this game so far. George drives it inside, lays it up, and lays it on in. Paul George getting things rolling here in the fourth quarter. He has 13 points. 4 of them have come in this fourth quarter so far. Levine looking to get some space. Barlow does a good job defending him. Down the lane is Renaud, who goes up with a tough fought 2 and a whistle called. 3.5 seconds were left on the shot clock. And Dominic Barlow is guilty for the foul. I thought that he got all ball there too. So he was available to play this entire game, Andre Drummond. And for some reason, he sat in the first 3 quarters. Maxey Renaud is at the line for a pair of foul shots. The first one, he swishes it. And the lead is up to 3 for the Sacramento Kings. And they will put in DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan and Schroeder have over 20 points for Sacramento. Schroeder is 22. And to put this in perspective, Dennis Schroeder this season, tell you what, hasn't had many 20-point games. He's only averaging 12 points per game this season. And the second free throw is good. He did have a 21-point game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he also did have a 24-point game against Houston, but that was an overtime win. Here's a steal by Ellis, and Ellis throws down a sledgehammer. Now it's 98-92. Sixers big turnover there. Andre Drummond running down the lane, layup no good, but he's fouled. This West Coast trip next week is going to be rough, says Brian. I guess so. There was a personal foul called on DeMar DeRozan. That's only his first personal foul. Just his first. Kelly Oubre will step in for Jared McCain. Sixers are going to go with a wing lineup. Edgecombe out there with the rock. He's the only ball handler. George back to Edgecombe for a 3. And that shot is way too short. 9 minutes left to be played in the fourth quarter. Sacramento's bench has put up 29 points in this game. DeRozan is fouled, and they will call it on the floor. JJ, the Flyers are down 5-2. Yep, I see it's bad. Not going good on either end. Here we go. Zach LaVine gets the inbound pass. He's looking to throw it. George plays good defense. Edgecombe swats it away. Edgecombe gets the bowl from Paul George. And Edgecombe throws it away himself. Dominic Barlow was right towards his left side. He wasn't looking for the ball. And Oubre nearly gets a steal. Stopped the pass from Keon Ellis, but it goes back on into DeMar DeRozan's hands. DeRozan to Ellis down the lane. The floater is up, and the tip-in is good. No offensive basket interference. An 8-4 run by Sacramento to start off the fourth quarter. Sixers get it into their own side of the court, and they will take a timeout. 100-92. 8 minutes and 13 seconds are left in quarter number 4. You need a goalie. Every year, not the same. JJ, how do you feel about Sean Mannion? I don't really know. I really haven't had much time to process it. I think that, again, like, you're getting somebody else that's new to play calling, and I wouldn't have done that. I want somebody that's experienced. I want somebody that just understands how to do their job. And, you know, maybe this guy can be really good. I don't know. I'm just tired of convincing myself that they got somebody that's going to be a really, really good offensive coordinator. I mean, I don't necessarily know how to put it. This guy is inexperienced. He's never done it before. Doesn't mean that he's a bad. It does not mean that he's going to be bad. I just wanted somebody that was just more experienced calling plays. I would have taken a Cliff Kingsbury. I know that John Harbaugh was not available, but I would have liked somebody. Even the OC for Baltimore, I think, would have been fine. They just don't like to go with experienced guys. I would have personally been okay with Matt Nagy, personally. I know that a lot of fans wouldn't have felt that way, but at least Matt knows, at least he's had experience. That might be a flawed statement on my end, and I apologize if it sounds that way, but that's really what I was looking for when they were thinking about going after an OC, somebody that just, I don't know, has familiarity, that's been doing this for a little bit of time. That's really what I wanted. But again, doesn't mean that he's going to be a bad offensive coordinator. I'm not saying that. He could be great. He could be awesome. But my initial reaction is I'm not so happy. James says, God bless everyone. We now have an OC. Go Birds. Yes. 192. Not looking good. By the end of the third, we are down losing. That's coaching. Yep, exactly. And now he puts in Andre Drummond. Waits too late to do it. It's a panic move, and I don't know. 192. All right, come on. Just win the game at this point. Paul George gets the inbound pass from Tyrese Maxey, and now Kelly Oubre has it for Philadelphia. 40 rebounds by Sacramento and just 19 for the Sixers. Embiid lost the ball again, but he's fouled. And he sits down and gets back up all by himself. Maxey's back on in for Dominic Barlow. Embiid is in for Andre Drummond. And Maxey will inbound it again with exactly 8 minutes to go. Here we go. Maxey hands it off to Embiid. Another handoff pass from Embiid to Maxey. Maxey to George. George looks to give it back to Embiid on the low block. Ramald is guarding him. Embiid throws it away. And so Zach LaVine picks his pocket, goes down Broadway, puts up a 2, count the bucket, and a foul on Tyrese Maxey. 102-92. Look at Zach LaVine just not being afraid to take on Tyrese Maxey. He said, I have one goal in mind. I'm going to get to the rack one way or the other. And I'm going to show Tyrese Maxey how it's done, and I'm going to out-physical him. And he does, and he capitalizes on the three-point opportunity. 103-92. It's a 9-0 run. The Sixers have got to wake up. A 9-0 run over the last 2 minutes. And the offense has been ice shivering cold. Maxey is trapped. Nearly threw it away again. But there's a whistle on Sacramento. It's just not knowing what you're going to get. That's the scary part. Correct. That's what I'm saying. Maxey is at the line. They will call a defensive 3-second violation on Maxime Renaud. And the free throw by Maxey is good. And that cuts it to a 10-point deficit. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm saying. Again, I'm not accusing him. I'm not going to say that he's going to be a bad offensive coordinator. You just don't know what you're going to get because this is another guy who doesn't have experience. And you're basically, again, trying to figure out what he is, and you're putting him in a tough position. Maxey tried to bank in a 3. That was no good. The Sixers from 3, they've missed their last 7 shots from downtown. No way this team has 3 road wins. It's ridiculous, says Brian. 103-93, DeRozan gets the ball deflected. It goes into Keon Ellis's hand. How many times has that happened tonight? DeRozan puts up a tough 2, nearly got a friendly roll. Embiid catches the rebound, and here comes Tyrese Maxey. Maxey looks to try to take a shot, and he's fouled again. That is the 3rd foul caused by Sacramento. It's crazy. Never seen Edgecombe miss that many shots. He's hurt, trying to play through it. Yeah, something doesn't look right from VJ. I'm happy that you pointed that out. Edgecombe, or Embiid, is going to hand it off to Paul George. Embiid got the inbound pass. Maxey takes a very tough layup. 103-95. That was incredible defense. He got a little bit pushed there, but they didn't call it. 8-point ball game, 6:33 left to go in the 4th quarter. Ellis with a bounce pass to Zach LaVine. His tray off the mark. Edgecombe with another rebound and an outlet pass to Tyrese Maxey. VJ in this game, 5 points, 5 rebounds. Embiid, what's he going to do? Gets it on the baseline, gets his defender to foul bait, and so he'll go to the line for 2 foul shots. Excellent play by the big fella. I really am just hoping that they try to give it to him on the low block because that's what he's so good at. When the defender just draws contact on him and just reaches on in, Embiid knows how to hack them. That's the 5th personal foul on Maxime Renaud, by the way. And Sabonis is going to have to come back in at some point. 103-95. And the first free throw by Joel is good. One more foul than he's done, Renaud. What happened to VJ? Just hopped on. Yeah, so he went back to the tunnel in the first half, and then he came back with about a minute to go in the 2nd quarter. Just doesn't look right, though. Foul shot number 2 by Embiid, and now it's a 6-point ball game.
Excellent.
Sixers have a little bit of momentum. 103-97. They got to play defense. They have got to play defense. All right. 6:07 left to be played here in the 4th quarter. And we have another stoppage in play. Zach LaVine gets called for an offensive foul. And the Sixers are going to get the ball back again. That's big. Okay. Reno, gotcha. Thanks so much for telling me. Thank you for telling me. Okay. 6:07 left to go. Edgecombe is going to inbound it for the Sixers, and he gives it up over to Embiid. Embiid back to VJ. 6 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Embiid tries to get it over towards the foul line, puts up a tough 2. Got it to go. It's a 4-point game. 5 minutes and 55 seconds. They're not done yet. It's a 103-99 game. Maxey and Embiid trying to put the team on their back. Do they have enough? We'll see. Sacramento with the one timeout left. Come on. It's crazy. My heart's not even beating that fast. Tyrese Maxey has 32 points. Joel Embiid has 31. The rest of the team, just 36. That's it. So they have scored 2/3 of the Sixers' points. Folks, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icons. We got a post-game show after this. We hope that you guys will stay on for that. But first, there's still plenty of basketball left to go. Again, it's a 103-99 ball game. Sacramento out in front. They've lost their last 6 games. Philadelphia snapped out of a 2-game funk, and then they just won their last game against Milwaukee, but they're hoping to come back and beat the Kings tonight. And again, they trail by 4. Oubre only has 4 points in this game. Not a lot of points from Dominic Barlow, and not good play by the Sixers role players. Oh, man. 103-99. Chad, how we feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 feeling bad, 10 feeling great. Where are we on the stick? Where are we on the number stick? Drop a number down below. Kings are 3-20 on the road. They have 9 wins at home. They are 9-16 out in Sacramento. Sixers this year are 500 at home. They are 13-13. Benzio says I'm at a 4. Joe says I'm at a 6. 115-114 Sixers. All right, let's go. Here we go. Ellis is going to bounce pass it over to Domantas Sabonis. Ellis got the inbound pass. Sabonis looking to bounce pass it again to DeMar DeRozan. And DeRozan's trapped. He's double-teamed. He has to throw it over to LaVine. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. LaVine for 3. No. And the rebound is tipped by George, and it goes into Sabonis' hands. Come on. Sabonis, though, throws it away. Embiid gets the steal. And a foul as well on the other side. Joel Embiid is going to walk downtown and go to the line. The Sixers are in the bonus, 103-99. Awesome steal by Joel Embiid. Even though they gave up another offensive rebound, Embiid got it and was fouled by Ellis, and he will march down to the line for 2 free throws. Let's go. Come on, man. Oh, man. 31 points for number 21. He's 11 for 16 from the field. Sabonis is over on the sideline for a second. That was a bad pass by Domantas Sabonis. And again, he has 4 fouls. He didn't foul there. Embiid at the line for 2. Number 1, good. We'll see how number 2 is. If we take the lead, we should seize the momentum and pull away, says old Maxey. Let's go, come on. Oh, man. 103-100. Embiid takes a quick breath. He's at the line for 1 more. Can he convert? Yes, he does. It's a 2-point game.
Excellent.
Defense! 103-101. Ellis on the drive to the bucket. Puts it up and puts it in. He got a little bit of daylight against Paul George. And it's now 105-101. 5 minutes left in exchange in the fourth quarter. Here's Embiid rolling down the lane, putting up a 2. Too much mustard on that one, and Sacramento comes up with another rebound. It feels like that they have 60 rebounds in this game. As a team, they have, again, got to keep banging on this drum. They have 42. 4:40 left in the fourth quarter, and a whistle called. And that's going to go against Philly. Looks like Schroeder's going to inbound this here. All right. Schroeder is going to inbound it. VJ will guard the inbound pass, and they give it up over to Zach LaVine. LaVine looking to get some space. The ball goes out of bounds, and the Sixers are going to get the ball back. It went off of Zach LaVine's left foot. 4:36 to go. It's a two-possession game. Tyrese Maxey slows it down, dribbles with the right hand, gets past the logo, looks to pass it to George on the outside of the perimeter, and George gives it back to Embiid. He says, go to work, big fella. Embiid goes up with a tough 2, makes the layup, and it's a 2-point game. 4:10 left to go in the fourth quarter. Joel Embiid is doing it all. 35 points for number 21. Schroeder looking to try to pass it off. The ball's deflected off of Edgecombe's hand. It goes out of bounds, and the Sixers will get it back. Sacramento touched it last. Dennis Schroeder's not happy with the call, and the Sixers are going to get the ball back. It's 105-103. Sixers could tie it with a 2 or take the lead with a 3. George gets the inbound pass, hands it off to Maxey, who conducts the traffic. Maxey, teardrop, he's fouled. And he'll march back to the line and try to tie this baby up. Let's go. All right, so big contact drawn by Tyrese Maxey. Don't know if it was in the act of shooting. It was, but there would have been free throws anyways for Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese in this ball game, 32 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds on 10 for 16 shooting. And he makes it a 1-point game as he converts on the first foul shot. Still time left to go. The Kings can close. 105-104, says Stir Show. Can he tie it? Maxey for the tie. Yes!
Excellent.
105-105. LaVine, all eyes on him, crosses over against Oubre, bounces it to DeMar DeRozan, who looks to take on Edgecombe, swings it outside, Schroeder for 3, and he cans it. A big shot there by Dennis Schroeder. He hit a bomb and launched a flamethrower and got it to go. It's 108-105. Maxey with a pick and pop over to Embiid. Gets his defender on a pump fake. Puts up a 2. And gets the layup to roll. And now 37 points for Joel Embiid. 108-107. 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Still plenty of time left to go. Maxey with 34. Embiid with 37. 2:53 left. DeRozan kicks it outside. Schroeder, another 3. Can he get it off? No. Oubre gets the rebound. And Tyrese Maxey and the Sixers in no particular hurry, it looks like right now. They're slowing it down. Maxey again looks to swing it over to Embiid. Joel Embiid drives it towards the lane, puts up a shot, it's denied, and stolen back by Sacramento. A big play there. DeMar DeRozan got the steal, and he's looking to capitalize. He's out for blood. He takes on VJ Edgecombe. He gets him the pump fake. He passes it over to Domantas Sabonis. The 2 is up. It's no good. It goes off of Sabonis' left hand, and it'll be Sixers ball. 2:10 to go. Fasten the seatbelts. Sixers looking to take the lead. Tyrese Maxey, all eyes on him. Double team comes, drives it down the lane. Scissors past the defense and lays it up and in. 1:57 to go, and the Kings burn their final timeouts. Tyrese was like, get out of my way. I'm going to go right down towards the layup line, and I'm going to make a shot for my team because I'm the guy. Finish this game, man. Let's go. All right, 109-108. Sixers up by a point. You can't lose to the Kings, no matter what it is. We'll obviously talk more about this once this game is officially over. But Joel Embiid has 37 points, and Tyrese Maxey has 36. And they're only up by 1 point. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I concur, Mark. Wow. The fact that it's just this close is crazy. And, Joe, you might be right with the final score. It's pretty close. 109-108. And 1:57 left to go. Sacramento just burned its final timeouts. And so the Sixers are going to have to play defense. Here we go. All right, Sacramento gets the inbound pass. Zach LaVine has it for Sacramento. He hands it off to Schroeder. The good news is that DeMar DeRozan has been pretty quiet in this second half. Schroeder is trapped. He has to throw it to DeRozan. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. DeRozan, mid-range. Or he passed it, excuse me. LaVine puts up a tough three. Puts it up. Can't put it in. Rebound. Who's it going to go to? Sabonis had it, and I think he got fouled. He did. 1:31 left to go in the fourth quarter. VJ Edgecombe just fouled him right there. Oh, come on. Another offensive rebound. They just can't box anybody out. Nobody. Sabonis got it right over Edgecombe. And so, Sacramento has it again. DeRozan looks to cross over. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Wide open three by LaVine. It's good. They got so much attention on DeMar DeRozan, and Zach LaVine just absolutely canned a three from way downtown. 111-109. 1:10 to go in the fourth. And Maxey is trapped again. Maxey does get a screen by Embiid. He hands it off to Embiid. Embiid puts up a tough two. In and out it goes. Rebound by the Kings. It's Cardwell who gets his fourth rebound of the game. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Sacramento up by 2. Here's DeRozan. DeRozan trapped on the far side. Hands it off to Zach LaVine. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. LaVine on the perimeter. Gives it back to Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder with a little bit of some space. Puts up a three. No. George gets the rebound. I thought they were going to call a loose ball foul on Edgecombe. They did not. Maxey drives it inside. Puts up a tough two. He's fouled. 27 seconds left to go. And Maxey will march back on over to the line as he gets up. Embiid helps him up. And LaVine gets called for the shooting foul. That's just the third on Zach LaVine. Again, Cardwell in foul trouble. He has 4. Cardwell is 5. Sabonis has 4. And Maxey will try to tie the game. These are huge free throws for him. Remember, Sacramento has no timeouts left. Foul shot number 1. He got it. 111-110. 27.3 seconds left to go. He has to make this one. He has to make this one. Every time they start double-teaming DeMar DeRozan, they just let up a wide-open three, and that three was huge by Zach LaVine. Maxey for the tie. Bingo! 27 seconds left.
Excellent.
Keon Ellis hands it off to DeMar DeRozan. 3 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock. DeRozan at the logo. Gets it into the Kings front court. His defender is Oubre. 10 seconds to go. DeRozan with the left hand drives it towards the elbow. Puts up a tough two. No! Embiid gets the rebound. And did he get fouled? I believe he did. 5.2 seconds were left to go in the fourth quarter. Let's see if that was a foul or not. I believe that they just called for a timeout. Okay, it was just a timeout. No foul called. And the Sixers can try to win the game here. No foul. Just want to make sure I clarified on that. Embiid got the board. And they called timeout as soon as he got the rebound. The ball slipped out of his hand for a second. And Nick Nurse got that timeout called. Joe, you were so close. You were so close to this final score. 5.2 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Solo Servant says, thank you for streaming this. You're welcome, my friend. Get that W. Come on. Let's go. Walk it off. Walk it off. Folks, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. We got a post-game show after this. We'll break all of this stuff down. We'll talk about the good. We'll talk about the bad. That's usually what we do during our post-game shows. We're tied at 111 against the Sacramento Kings. 5.2 seconds left to go. Can the Sixers walk it off here? Give me a yes. Give me a no. All right, here we go. Edgecombe is going to inbound it for the 76ers. The referee is telling him to go to the sideline. And here, nope. All right. Referee's going to hand it off now. All right, here we go. Edgecombe looking to inbound it. He has to get it off. He does over to George, but the ball's deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Kings. 4.4 seconds left. It went off of Precious Achua's right hand. And so, who's going to re-inbound it? I don't know. It'll be Kelly Oubre. And nearly at an 8-second violation. Oubre will inbound it now for the Sixers, and he dumps it off to Embiid. Embiid over to Maxey. Maxey's layup is up, and he got it! And one! Tyrese Maxey sits up, and the Sixers lead it by 2. And Maxey goes to the line for one more. 1.3 seconds left. Obviously, he has to make this foul shot. Nice play by the Sixers. They drew up a perfect play, and Maxey utilized his speed, got right on past Dennis Schroeder, and made the layup, kissed it off the window, and the Sixers up by 2. Let's go. One more free throw coming up for number 0. 40 points for Tyrese Maxey. He's 12 for 12 from the line. The foul shot by Maxey, it's up, no good, and it's rebounded by Sacramento. Three-quarters court shot is up, it's no good. The Sixers win, 113 to 111. They get the W. It got dicey, but they got the win against the Kings. A win is a win. They got the job done. Not how I drew it up. Not probably how they drew it up. But Tyrese Maxey had 40 points. Joel Embiid had 37 points. And it was just enough for the 76ers to say sayonara to the Sacramento Kings. We got a lot to break down. Overall, I'll take the win, but I'm not necessarily thrilled with how things occurred in that second half. I'll break it all down. We'll talk more about it. Excellent job by Tyrese Maxey. Excellent job by Joel Embiid. If it weren't for them, they don't win this game. It's as clear as day. But there's a lot to go on over. There's a lot to go on over, and we will make sure that we talk more about it in our post-game show. But overall, I do want to hear your thoughts down below. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a win was that for the 76ers? I would say that it's a 3. I have to have a little bit of a critical eye, but they got the job done. They did get the win. They needed this win, and that is what ultimately matters at the end of the day. Low-key, Mr. Man Created God said, never bet against Maxey, and that is correct. That is correct. That is. Joe says, I'm going to give it a 5. I'm going to give it a 5, Joe says. But, yeah, the Sixers got out rebounded, but they still did enough in the fourth quarter to get the win. More to talk about on the flip side of things. I will see you all in about 3 minutes. We'll break it all down. We'll talk more about the good, the bad, and the ugly. But they got the win. They got the win. And that's that. I will see you all soon. Don't change that channel. Don't go anywhere. We will also be taking phone calls during this post-game show, so you're more than welcome to call on in. 610-314-0844. Of course, that'll be after the opening monologue. I will see you soon, and I will be right back.
graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
The 76ers escape with a 2-point victory against the Sacramento Kings. It was a much-needed win. It got super dicey at the end. It looked like that the 76ers were again unraveling in the third quarter after allowing 38 points in the entire third quarter. But when push came to shove, they did just enough to squeak on by the Sacramento Kings, and they won by 2 points on 77 combined points between Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. A lot to break down. A lot of things that I did not like in this game. I will get to a couple of good things that I did like in this game, but I can't sugarcoat anything. This stuff that I need to unleash about needs to be said. So the Philadelphia 76ers were taking on a team that was on a 6-game losing streak, that is 3-21 on the road, and that is fourth to last in rebounding in the NBA. And the fact that it just got as close as it did is really embarrassing. It just is. How they let up that many rebounds to the Sacramento Kings team is just so unbelievable to me. They gave up 46 rebounds in this game, 15 offensive boards, and on second chance opportunities, the 76ers allowed at least 17 points in 3 quarters on second chance opportunities. And that is just unacceptable. The Sixers, really, a lot of the blame has to go on Nick Nurse, because it took him until the fourth quarter to realize that he should be playing Andre Drummond. And Andre Drummond was thrown right on into the fire because he didn't even know if he was going to play in this game. He was, again, it wasn't like he was hurt. He just wasn't playing. And they go to Andre Drummond in the fourth quarter, and they go to Dominic Barlow. And even when they tried to get rebounds, they did a better job on the glass, but they just were not ready. They were not warmed up over on the sidelines, and they still just looked very out of sync because Nick Nurse didn't use them before in the entire first half and not even during the third quarter. But then they decided to put them out there for the fourth quarter. Actually, that's a lie. Dominic Barlow did play minutes in the first half, but not enough. And when you're facing a team that is just doing a great job on the glass, and your team is just not boxing out, you need your best rebounders out there. They got so many opportunities to just buzz on by you. I saw one play where Domantas Sabonis is being blitzed by 3 76ers players, and somehow, some way, he was able to fight through and get a rebound, and the 76ers just could not box him out. It didn't make any sense. It really did not. The Sixers were actually lucky because Domantas Sabonis got into foul trouble in the third quarter. if he doesn't get into foul trouble there, this is probably a different game. And that's the truth. Because Joel Embiid started to draw more fouls when, who was it? It was Nick Clifford. That's who it was. When Nick Clifford went out there, he started to draw some more fouls. And he had more contact, and he got Precious Achiuwa on skates. And that's when Joel Embiid started to smell blood and take on over. It wasn't until Sabonis got into foul trouble when he had to come out of the game. They had to force him to be out for the rest of the third quarter with about 5 minutes to go. And the Sixers got a little bit of momentum from that towards the end of the third. But they didn't close out properly either. But fortunately, though, for the 76ers, when they needed Joel Embiid the most, Joel Embiid stepped up and he carried the 76ers in that fourth quarter, and so did Tyrese Maxey too. Really. That was awesome to see them working on their two-man game, because that was lethal. And that's what won you this game. Embiid had 37 points, 8 assists, only 5 rebounds, which is definitely a concern. Tyrese Maxey, 40 points, 12 for 13 from the line, 12 for 18 from the field, and 4 for 9 from downtown. I don't think he made a 3 in the second half. Maybe he made 1. That was about it. But they did just enough to squeak on by. Paul George, a no-show tonight, and he did horrendous in this game. His defense, I know that he had 2 steals, but even his defense was not good at times. And it just felt like that DeMar DeRozan, especially in that first half, was going up against a lot of zone defense, and when Paul George was assigned to him, DeMar DeRozan just made good shots off of him, and George could not stop him. I thought that his defense was terrible tonight. I thought that his shooting wasn't necessarily the best either. I thought that he was very quiet, and I was not happy with the performance by Paul George in this game. Oubre, just 3 field goal attempts, 4 points in 37 minutes. That's terrible. That is not good enough at all whatsoever. Only 3 shot attempts for Kelly Oubre. He had a turnover. He was just running up and down the court tonight and didn't really have much of an impact on this game. And VJ Edgecombe, it looked like that he was battling through a lot of adversity. You saw him leave and go back to the locker room in the first half. Then he came back in with about a minute and a half left to go in the second quarter. But he just did not look right when he came back on in. I give him credit, though, for fighting, scratching, and clawing and trying to, really hustle it out, because, again, in the fourth quarter, he had a couple of incredible defensive stops. He just has another gear to him when it comes to his defense in the fourth quarter. And they also, in my opinion, don't win this game without his defense, because that was really good. I said that in halftime, the 76ers needed to adjust and put VJ Edgecombe on DeMar DeRozan. And they got that switch on him, and they made him look super uncomfortable. And DeMar DeRozan just could not step up at all in that fourth quarter. I saw a stat, and now I forget what it was, but to my recollection, and don't quote me on this, but I'm still going to say this anyways. To my recollection, the stat said, and I can't look this back up right now, but VJ Edgecombe, when guarding DeMar DeRozan in that second half, was 1 for 7 against him. DeMar DeRozan. The bottom line is that he was really strong, and he looked like he was a tag against DeMar. And DeRozan only had 25 points. He had, I believe, 23 in the first half, and he was just absolutely silent in the second half of this game. And a lot of credit there goes to VJ Edgecombe's defense. But not really an impressive win. It just isn't. And I hate to be that guy. I'm usually the guy that is usually happy and excited after a lot of wins. But this one, you got lucky and you squeaked on by. Because you were the more talented team. And the talent in the very end is what outplayed the Sacramento Kings. They made some bad mistakes. Sabonis got an offensive rebound over Paul George and Joel Embiid with about 3 minutes left to go. And Embiid, I give him credit for playing good defense, but Sabonis made a bad pass. And then Embiid got fouled. And then they walked the floor and shot free throws. What ultimately won you this game was Joel Embiid drawing fouls in the end of the third quarter and in the fourth quarter. And when you slow the game down with him, and when Domantas Sabonis is out, that really did change momentum, in my personal opinion. But they still did not play a clean brand of basketball. And Nick Nurse, if you were to create a pie chart, Nick Nurse has to be on the top of that list. He has to get a big chunk of the pie there because the rotations were bad. The play calling in the third quarter was horrendous. The turnovers weren't so good. The Sixers were being very passive, and they weren't getting good shots off. And the defense was MIA in that third quarter, too. They gave up 6 offensive rebounds in the first 6 minutes of that third quarter. Against a lot of teams, you lose the game. That's putting you in a position to fail. Tonight, though, the Sixers still got the win because the Sacramento Kings are just not a good team. They're just not. What also actually kind of ticked me off, and then again, I will get to a couple of the positives in just a couple of seconds, but I have to get this off my chest. And then you guys can obviously call in into the show. DeMar DeRozan is getting double-teamed after he has literally 2 points in the second half. Why are you double-teaming DeMar DeRozan? He gets trapped over on the far wing. Zach LaVine is wide open for a 3 to give Sacramento the lead. And DeRozan is like, I got you, Zach. And he just hit that 3. There were plenty of times in that game where you saw that same exact play where they just started trapping DeMar for no reason in that second half, especially in the fourth quarter. There were 3 plays to my recollection that I could see where they started to trap DeMar when he was ice cold in the second half. And Dennis Schroeder beat him. Schroeder was left wide open for a 3, and that guy just absolutely went off against the Sixers today and shot the ball super efficiently. Schroeder was 5 for 9 from 3, and he had 27 points. The other guy that was trapped, the other guy, when DeMar DeRozan was trapped, had a big-time 3 towards the end of the third quarter. That was Keon Ellis. That stuff just cannot happen. Sometimes, yes, you can double team. If Steph Curry is going off and he has 37 points and you cannot stop him, then you double team. DeMar DeRozan in the first half was doing great. But in the second half, when he's missing his first 9 shots, why are you double teaming him? It doesn't make sense. That's the part I don't understand. Here's the positives. With all those negatives, Tyrese Maxey played very well when he had to, and he stepped up. People were very upset with Tyrese Maxey, and they said, you know what? He's been cold, and rightfully so. Rightfully so, people were not happy with how Tyrese Maxey was playing. I was patient. I wanted him to get a little bit of time because this guy is playing so many minutes. This guy has been asked to do a lot. And he stepped up tonight. When Paul George didn't step up, Tyrese Maxey, when his number was called, he delivered. Excellent play at the very end. I loved that play call that the 76ers drew up to get Tyrese Maxey the ball running down the lane. And that layup was huge. He missed the foul shot. I got a little bit scared there. But Sacramento didn't have any timeouts. Joel Embiid in this game, offensively, he had his best offensive game this season, tonight. Every time he's out there, he looks better and better and better. And again, I understand that it's against the Sacramento Kings. However, I can't just sugarcoat this. For Joel Embiid to be able to get 37 points in this game and go 10 for 13 from the line and still get you 8 assists and hit mid-range jump shots the way that he did, it's still impressive, and it still deserves a lot of credit. They do not win this game without Embiid. They do not win this game without Tyrese Maxey. It is clear. And they played out of their minds tonight. And yet still only won by 2. That just goes to show how bad the rest of the team was tonight. And also the crazy thing about Embiid's stats tonight too, he only turned the ball over twice. Again, would I like him to rebound more? I would love it if he could rebound more. And that is incredibly frustrating, that he just can't box out and play defense the way that he used to. But he's still giving it effort. And he's still battling. And that is what is impressive to me, is that he still can draw fouls, still can finish at the rim. Had a really tough layup that he made in the fourth quarter to put the Sixers down by 1. I don't know how he angled it, but he did it really well. And so that, to me, is a huge positive. Your bench sucked. Your bench only had 12 points in this game. 12 points. Your backup centers gave you nothing. No points. But yet you still got the win. 610-314-0844. How you guys feeling after this game? Am I being too tough? Was this the type of game where you say to yourself, JJ, they got the win. Let's be satisfied with that. Or do you say, JJ, I hear you, but yes, they got the win. And the win definitely matters, but you're right, stuff needs to be cleaned up too. How do you guys feel? Am I overreacting? Are you more furious than I am? Call on in and let me know how you guys feel about this game. The last thing that I will say before I give it back to you guys, and before I even read comments or take phone calls, is Nick Nurse just continues to make me scratch my head. With no Quentin Grimes tonight, they did not go to a small ball lineup. But when they needed to go big, why didn't he do it sooner? Why did Andre Drummond only play 4 minutes and get forced to go out there in the fourth quarter when he did? Crazy. Six 610-314-0844. What's everybody in the chat saying? Mark is here. What's up, Mark? Great job, JJ. Good calling tonight. Good game, says Low-Key Cat Daddy. Low-Key Cat Daddy says, there goes all my money. So I guess you bet it against the Sixers. NYG Guru says, thank God. That reaction is how I feel too. I said in my head, as soon as the game was done, I just said, thank you, God. That's the first time that the 76ers have had back-to-back home wins since the middle of December. I don't understand why they're not why they're not a good team at home. And you know what? I see people going off on Twitter saying that Joel Embiid is back. I hold back on that. Because while I enjoyed what Joel Embiid did tonight, again, it was against the Kings. Let's not forget about that. Happy that he did well, though. He's taken more positive steps in the right direction. Val says, thanks, JJ. See you on the next one. Have a good night. Solo Services, I sub. Thanks so much, man. Just a heart attack, says Joe. It's not a Sixers game without a heart attack. That's how it goes, man. That's what being a Philly sports fan is all about. I didn't even want to stress over this game. But then as it came down to the wire, emotions took on over. And that's what this team does. Good night, Irene. Eduardo, thanks so much for tuning on in, man. I appreciate you. Another thing about this game that I also sort of wanted to elaborate on too. I'm watching Dan Burke over on the sideline, and I'm just wondering, as an assistant coach, what does he do? I mean, we've heard, or sorry, not him, I'm sorry, Dave Yeager. That's who it is. This guy's been with the team for a little bit of time. And he's all about when when the Sixers hired him, a lot of people who are in the league, a lot of them said that this guy is a really good defensive-minded head coach. I'm sorry, but what does he do? What does he do over on the sidelines? Because I saw in that third quarter that the defense gave up 38 points. Why? Scott, thanks so much for being on here, man. I appreciate you. Big shout out to Scott. Big shout out to you, my friend. Always good to see you on here. 74 likes. Not too shabby for a Thursday night against the stupid Kings, says Joe. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Thank you all so much for being on here. Again, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you guys do enjoy the content that we provide here, covering Sixers basketball, Phillies baseball, and Eagles football. They did just enough. I didn't want just enough, though, tonight. I demanded more. I wanted them to go out there and make a statement. They did that against the Bucks the other night on a back-to-back, and I was happy with that. But you should have been able to do the same thing tonight. And I will take the win. But I still wanted them to do more. Because I know the potential of this team. I see it. When they are healthy, they can be a contender. That's why I demand for them to be better. Ray, what's up, Ray? The lack of fundamentals with the Sixers got easily exposed. And Ray, it wasn't just the fundamentals. When it comes to the play calling, it was also just the fact that they just took their foot off the gas pedal the way that they did when it came to just effort. And I didn't necessarily touch on that. But that's another reason why I'm a little bit disappointed in this game. Not a little bit. I am disappointed with the Sixers because I felt like that they didn't do enough on the glass. And Sacramento looked like that they wanted it more tonight. Isn't that strange? Isn't it weird to say that the team that lost, the team that's 24 games under 500, wanted it more tonight? But the only reason why that they lost was because the talent of the two-man game was just too much for them at the end. They showed more fight, though. They left everything out there on the court. This was a moral victory for Sacramento. How many rebounds did Joel have? How many rebounds did Joel have in this game? 5. 5 rebounds. Nick Nurse is a horrible coach, says City Lights. We've been talking about it all year long, my friend. He pulled a Doc Rivers tonight. He panicked. And finally in the fourth quarter decided to put Andre Drummond in there, but just threw him into the fire. Didn't even give him any sort of signal to go on out there. That was a panic move that should have been made earlier in the game. They should have done that in the second quarter because, again, even in the first quarter, they allowed what felt like 12 offensive rebounds. The Sixers in the first quarter, shooting-wise, Tyrese Maxey started off hot. And then as he cooled down, the Sixers gave up plenty of boards off the glass. Joel, I think, only had 1 rebound in the first 2 quarters of this game. It's just not good. You would get eaten alive if that were against other teams. And that's not what this team needs right now. They're better than this. I sound like I'm like the angry dad here. But that's how I feel. The effort wasn't so good, and the head coach didn't have them ready. Thanks, my friend. Shante says that third quarter almost ruined it for the team. That one play where I see Keon Ellis miss a 3. Domantas Sabonis gets an offensive rebound. And I'm pretty sure that he kicked it out to somebody else. DeMar DeRozan, I think it was. And then he missed a 2. And then it was Paul George, VJ Edgecombe, and Joel Embiid that were literally right in front of Domantas Sabonis. And Sabonis just gets the offensive rebound. That play just sticks in the back of my mind. Because how does that happen? You have 3 Sixers right there. I wish I had a picture. They're just literally standing all next to each other. And Sabonis gets the board? I don't get it. Thanks, Shante. City Lights, what's going on, dude? I know that I saw your comment before. What is the Sixers' identity outside of Maxey and VJ? Those two are worth any admission price. The Sixers, here's the Sixers' identity, okay? The Sixers' identity this year has been stack up VJ and Tyrese's minutes, play an up-tempo game for the both of them, play fast pace, lockdown defense in the fourth quarter, but give up so many points because they play a zone defense in the third. That's the Sixers this year. The Sixers' habits this year are give up so many points in the third quarter because they don't play man-to-man defense and they go to a zone and they double team and trap way too quickly and just rely on Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe to play for 40 minutes a night. Give the ball down low to Embiid when he can foul bait and get you a little mismatch. And then just play good defense in the fourth quarter. That's their identity. That's the 76ers this year. And there's good things that come out of that, right? They hustle. Not tonight. Tonight they really didn't show much fight except for Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. And VJ. I will give VJ credit because, again, he battled through an injury. And he played with his blood, sweat, and tears out there tonight. Thought that he actually gave it his all. Other than that, though, nobody else wore their heart on their sleeve tonight. And that's embarrassing. The Kings definitely got some talent, says Dexter Davis. Tell you what, they were without Keegan Murray tonight. And they were without Malik Monk. And yet, Dennis Schroeder almost single-handedly cooked them. That's the crazy part. Embiid is nowhere near Wilt. Nobody is. Nobody is. But if we want to compare eras, and I don't want to really get into this conversation right now, Wilt had to go through Bill Russell and a really dominant Boston team with Sam Jones and so many other great players. But Wilt struggled too. But I don't think anybody's Wilt. City Lights just keep being tough, JJ. I mean, I'm just speaking how I feel. Because they're better than this. You ever get, like, sat down by your parents, and your parents, like, either put you in a timeout or they tell you something that you did wrong and you don't have a right to speak because you know, like, what you did was wrong? I feel like that guy talking to the 76ers. I really do. Like, if they want to celebrate and get high fives tonight and have some champagne, nah, that ain't happening tonight. Because they're better than this. Got to be that tough guy sometimes. And we celebrate the highs. But usually when I feel like this, something's not right. You didn't deserve to win this game. I'm usually like the rah-rah guy, like the guy that cheers them on, the guy that's really happy, like once they win. And again, don't get it twisted. They needed this win, and I'd obviously take the win over the loss. 1,000%. Don't get that misconstrued. But the point is, you played down to your opponent, and they didn't deserve to win, the Sixers. The Kings did. And you just got by. Shante says you can never be satisfied when your team only wins by 2. And to piggyback off of that, you can't be satisfied when your team only wins by 2 against a team that has 3 wins on the road in 23 games. And when you know that your team is a contender, when they're healthy. Will Chamberlain was 7-1 playing against centers that were 6'7", says Dexter. It was a bad third quarter defense again. He gave up 38 points after halftime in the third quarter. Yeah, and that's why we feel this way. I mean, how many times did you guys hear me on the call say offensive rebound for the Kings? Sabonis, offensive board. Or like the number 47. I think I said the number 40 like 5 times in this game. And 40 was the amount of rebounds that the Kings had. And again, they're 4th to last in basketball in rebounding. I know I have to keep banging this drum, but that's because that's how bad they are. But JJ, didn't you just say the other night that even bad teams find ways to win? Yes, I did. The Charlotte Hornets beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Charlotte Hornets blew out the Philadelphia 76ers. The Knicks lost to the Sacramento Kings. Stuff like that happens. It doesn't mean, though, that it's acceptable. It doesn't mean that when you go up against this type of a team, that you should be getting outclassed with a lack of effort. I understand. I thought that Charlotte shot the ball really well, and some of the shots that they were making were ridiculous shots. Even though the Sixers, yes, gave up a lot of wide open threes, sometimes you just have a really good shooting night. But rebounding is about effort. And that is what I'm not happy with tonight. Sometimes it's your night shooting, and you tip your cap. But when it comes to getting the ball off the glass, when it comes to fighting through adversity, chat, was there any fight tonight? Did the Sixers show fight tonight as a team? The answer is no. Every third quarter, it's the same exact script. Getting outscored in the third quarter. Why? And it's simple, my friend. It's because there's no adjustments. There's no lack of urgency. Even when Paul George went on that huge spurt in the last game, if it weren't for Paul George, they lose the third quarter and they lose that game. And that's the truth. Nick Nurse had to beg for Paul George to get all those points. He scored 10 straight points in a row. He was creating the offense. Tonight, it was not his night, and he didn't have a good game at all. And I put blame on Paul George in this one, too. But it's a Doc Rivers-esque type of a game where he just folds his hands, he cries to the referees, and waits 9 minutes, 7 minutes, felt like it was 9 minutes, to make his first substitution. Figure it out. That's what he says. Figure it out. City says the Sixers have no identity as a franchise. Build around Maxey and VJ and trade Embiid and George and bring in talent around Maxey and VJ. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. And you know what? I like how Joel Embiid has been playing lately offensively. Paul George has been doing okay. And I'm putting it nicely. I'm being the good cop here. I thought that a couple weeks ago he was making some good plays. But tonight, he looked like he was a deer in the headlights. He did. Unacceptable. Everyone forget PG is blessed to be playing after his game in 2014, which he fractured his tibia and fibula on his leg. He has a rod in his leg. He's getting paid a lot of money, my friend. And he's been playing ever since 2014. That's been, 12 years ago. Yes, it's miraculous. Joel Embiid has been playing through so many injuries. But yet, when you're getting paid all that money, there's no excuse. With great power comes great responsibility. And tonight, he played terrible. He had an awful game tonight. Paul George, I love Paul George. He's one of my favorite players. He is. I'm a big fan of Paul George. But that doesn't excuse him. I'm sorry. That happened 12 years ago. And if he's playing You got to show up. I hear you. I do. I hear you. I'm surprised that Joel Embiid is even out there on a basketball court. I am. But once you're out there, if you don't play well, we criticize you. Morey and Nurse have to see the weakness, have to see the weak players' points and minutes. Hear you on that. Bona, McKeon, and Edwards and Grimes. Grimes started off the season as a plus. And ever since like the first 4 weeks, hasn't really been able to find his groove. He's either a plus or he's a minus. Never know which version of Quentin Grimes that you're going to get. Shantae says, I just really want to know what Nick Nurse does because he doesn't seem like he does anything, at least to me anyway. Yeah, there's no sense of urgency, right? There's no schematics. There's no... A lot of it is just improvisation and just figure it out yourselves. That wasn't how it was his first year here. And part of me wonders if when he was here his first year, was Sam Cassell calling out more plays when he was here? I don't know. I don't have the answer. I don't. But it seems, and again, I'm not there with the team. I don't go to practices. I don't want you guys to misconstrue this. Just from watching these games, every single time that they come out during the third quarter, it seems like 75, 80% of the time, they are just flat. And why is that? That's not just an individual player. Those aren't just the guys on the court. It's also the head coach not making adjustments because we'll see, like tonight, for example, why they did terrible in the third quarter was because they were getting boxed out so much. A lot of times when they're playing in the third quarter, they go to a zone defense and they go to it to a fault and they'll leave guys wide open for three. And guys like Dennis Schroeder will cook them and make 4 threes in a row because you just keep leaving them wide open and you don't close out. And your defense stinks. And offensively, there's a lot of isolation basketball. And they do it to a fault in the third quarter. And it's predictable. That's usually what happens 9 times out of 10 in these third quarters. They don't close out. They can't figure out how to get through a zone defense when their opponents are playing in a zone. They can't figure it out offensively. And then defensively, they use it way too much to a fault. Tonight, the problem, though, wasn't necessarily the zone defense. It was just, again, you were getting out-physicaled in the third quarter, along with the zone defense. That was their Bible. That is their Bible this year. Go out in the third quarter, only play zone defense and nothing else. Don't switch it up. Don't play man-to-man. Don't even play 2-3 zone. A lot of the times, it's 3-2 zone. Terrible. Tris, what's going on, Tris? How you doing? Hey, play-by-play with JJ. Just checking in today to say, hey, by the way, Sixers win. Yay, says Tris. You know, usually I'm happy after a Sixers win, but not necessarily today. And you know what? Hey, I'll take the win. A win is a win. We did play the song. But yeah. So he says, JJ, you are a very You are a very aware voice and announcer of all Philly sports, but there never seems to be genuine excitement within Sixers games, unlike Eagles and Phillies. I do genuinely get excited for Sixers games. I would say lately, and I've only done 2 lately because, again, I was in Nashville. With this type of a win, I just know that they can be better. You know? I hold them to a standard. The Phillies, though, it's tougher because when they're on a really good stretch, I mean, it's 162 games. With this, and usually I am happy. But I also think that also a part of it too is that the more I've done this, the more I've realized that I could be a little bit more critical, if that makes sense. And then like when the going gets really good, I'm through the roof. Oh my gosh. But no, I celebrate the good ones. Tonight, though, is just one of those where I just say, I have to put my foot down. Because that's unacceptable. But I appreciate you, my friend. Big shout out to you. Consistency in defense, rebounds, assists, and hustle from forwards and centers. I agree. Very well put. The three-point percentage, 32%. You were 8 for 25 from 3. Another reason why that was the case, too, is because, first of all, whenever Joel Embiid did screen for you and you had wide open looks, you couldn't cash those in. Sometimes the three's just not going to fall. But when I'm watching, again, Paul George isolate so many times from beyond the arc, and it's just brick after brick after brick. Got to do something else. So, I love you guys. That is going to wrap it up for me. May have been one of the longest post-game shows that we've done this year. But I really felt like I had to get a lot off my chest because it's been a couple of weeks. It's been a week since we've actually fully got to dissect and really stay after hours, if you will, to just talk about this basketball team. You understand? So I feel like that we sort of had to catch up and we had to talk a little bit more because, again, we were away. So I'm happy that we had this time. They had a great win. I think it was a good win against Milwaukee. It was a much-needed win. I know it was against the Bucks. But we were on a high watching Paul George shooting the lights out from 3. And tonight, not so much. But hopefully, against the Pelicans, we can feel even better. We can feel a lot better. Get that 3rd win in a row and take care of business. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up. I love you guys very much. We will see you again on Saturday, Sixer Nation. We got another game against the Pelicans. I can't wait to be back on the call for that. And I will catch you all in the next one. Lila Tov, good night. Catch you. Love you guys. Peace.